Jai Jai Shri Radhe, Jai Jai Shri Radhe. So this is Sunday Satsang, March 27th. Tomorrow's Ekadasi Brat. Everyone should try to do Nirjal Brat. Nirjal Ekadasi is very good for the soul and body, especially in hot season. Makes it more bliss to stay awake. But Nirjal is very healthy, spiritually and materially. I knew Bhakti. I had the great fortune of meeting Sripad Bhakti Pramod Puri Maharaj. He lived to be 102 years old, and he did Nirjal Ekadasi his whole life, all the way to the end. So you can't say I'm too old to do it, I'm too weak. It's a matter of mind, powerful mind and surrender to Krishna. In Garga Samhita, the sadhana Siddha Gopis, when they appeared in Prakat Vrindavan Leela, the Bhoma Vrindavan Leela, Radha Krishna, in some universe, Radha Krishna having their Nitya Leela one after another. 5,000 years ago here, right now in some other universe, and some other earth planet, and some other Vrindavan, Krishna's Leela is going on. So these were sadhus and munis and rishis in previous life, and they followed Rag Marg, they practiced Raghunaga Bhakti. They got birth as gopis, and they went to Bhoma Vrindavan. And they met Radharani, Singarga Samhita. They met Radharani. He said, Radharani, we're new gopis here. We want to have Krishna as our lover. They were in Sakhi Bhav, they weren't in Manjari Bhav, or like Gaudiya Vaishnava idea, Radhadasyam, Manjari Bhav, Gopi Bhav. They wanted to be Sangbhoga Chatmika. They wanted to offer them bodies for Krishna's happiness and amorous pleasure. So that's called Sangbhoga Chatmika Bhav, Madhurya Rati, amorous love. So they asked Radharani, how can we please Krishna? How can we catch Krishna's attention? And what did Radharani tell them? She said, observe Ekadasi. This is Garga Samhita. Radharani told the newcomers, the Navadasis, the Sadhaka. It's called Sadhana Siddha Gopis. They did sadhana previous life, they became siddhas. Sadhana siddhas. Gopi Sarup, Gopi Deya, Siddha Deya Gopi. So Radharani said, you have to do Ekadasi. They said, really, Ekadasi? Oh, we did that so many times before. Oh, start again. So even in Krishna Lila, there's gopis observing Ekadasi. And there's a story in Skanda Puran, that Satyabhama observed Ekadasi to get Krishna her husband in some prior life. The stories are there. Anyway, it's a good thing to do. So now we'll start recording. Anyone has any, that was just a little warm up, a little something to pep talk for Ekadasi. It's all by association you get strength to do anything spiritual. By association you get strength and desire to do something spiritual. Maybe you dedicate your whole life to spiritual practices due to good association of Vaishnavas. Bhakti takes shelter in your heart and manifests all its effulgence and prabhav and effect in your life. But also there's something called your desire, your sankalpa, your yajitya. Yajitya means your desire. So we should desire to be austere. It's a good thing. So anyone has any questions? And from Japanese side of things, a Russian and Japan, that's a good combination. Short people and tall people. He's a very old devotee, very much lover of Radhakund and Vrindavan. Do you have any questions? You're also a very intelligent devotee and a preaching leader in your area and a good wife also, and have a very nice husband. I met her husband. He's very, very religious and very nice gentleman and good quality person. So you have any questions? Don't be afraid. If you ask anything, I can try to answer by mercy of Gurudev.
To get the full blessing from the host of Ekadashi, we should avoid sleep in night.
I don't hear so well. Can someone repeat his question? Someone knows English.
If we observe Ekadashi,
Yeah.
to get full result, we should avoid sleep in night time.
Well, the Ekadasi is described in Puranas and Pancharatrika Shastras and also Yamala Tantra. And traditionally it was a 3-day observance. The day before Ekadasi you did falahar. You just ate fruits and water. No grains, no beans, just fruits, just fresh fruits and water. Day before Ekadasi. And Ekadasi you do Nirjala and Jagran. Jagran means stay up all night, like you're rightly saying. And the third day you did Dud, because you did Nirjala Ekadasi. So when you do Nirjala, you break Nirjala with taking water, some water or some milk or juice or whatever. Because your bread, no grains is obvious, but you did the actual bread is no water. It's called Nirjala, no gel, no water. So next day you take milk, and you take milk that's called Payobrat. Payobrat means a vow of eating only milk. So that was how Ekadasi was done in Satyuga, 3-day brata. But guess what? It's not Satyuga. In case you didn't know, even though you have organic foods and organic farms, and you do yoga and you do all kinds of cool things, sattvic type things, and that's good. And I recommend everyone does. But it's definitely not Satyuga. It doesn't have all that goodness. The whole environment was enriched with goodness. The whole environment was rich with goodness. That's Satyuga. And this is Tamagun Yuga. So the whole environment is enriched with ignorance. Ignorance, lazy, lethargic. Manda Sumanda Matya Manda Bhagi Vajrata. It's first count of Bhagavatam. The Lakshana of Kali Yuga. So at best you get the full benefit. Even the Puranas explain, if you stay up 1/3 of the night, you get so much percentage of benefit. You stay up half the night, you get so much, because most people, because I've done many jagrans with groups of devotees, most people stay up till 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock, even 3 o'clock. Then they go, boo, out. Then they say, come on, it's only 4 more hours till sunrise, 7 o'clock in the winter time. Just 4 more, no, I can't do it, I can't. Oh, come on, I can't do it, I can't. Come on. They just fall asleep right there in the room with other people. I've been in a room with 10 people sleeping and 5 people awake. Bodies are lying on the ground, Once we did a juggernaut, I was staying in the ISKCON Mayapur guest house, the room next to Prabhupada, number 18 or something like that. That old building, the old temple, I don't know what it's called. Lowe's building or something, I don't know, where Prabhupada's rooms are even today in Mayapur, ISKCON. So we had the room next door. I invited everybody to do Jagran. So we're all in my room doing Jagran. And everyone was falling asleep, so I said, let's do, because they're very wide verandas, and that building has 20 foot wide, I mean, 6 meters wide veranda. This is a veranda, 6 meters wide veranda, 4 sides. That's a rich construction. Yeah, that's a lot of money. You have 12 meters of veranda, 6 meters and 6 meters on both sides, and then the room in between. That's very costly construction, very comfortable, very cool, very breezy. I lived there many summers in Mayapur. It's blissful. So I said, okay, let's do Java walks. So at 1 o'clock in the morning, there's 10, 12 people going, and Shogir comes out with a big light. Hey, what's going on up there? You thought Dacoits attacking Mayapur temple or something. I know we're chanting Java. We showed the big guy, oh God, okay, go. So then later, we got back in the room about 3 o'clock, and people are just falling asleep everywhere. So if you can stay up all night, that's the best. But even if you don't, you get so much benefit. Try staying up all night. It's a great. You can have great realization of the Vedanta. There's a famous Vedanta sutra, which the Advaitins meditate on. It's called Aham Brahmasmi. We say Tattvamasi Aham Brahmasmi Savakava Vedam Brahma Atato Brahma Jignasa. These are sutras from Vedanta Sutra, Brahma Sutra. So one is Aham Brahmasmi. Aham Brahmasmi means I am Brahman. So you realize at 2 o'clock in the morning, after having not eaten anything or drunk anything, that am I Brahman or am I body? Aham Deha. I am this day, I am this Sharira, I am this body. So it's a great test, a great examination. You want to test how much you're on the spiritual platform. Do Nirjal and stay up all night. I dare you. I dare you. Who's got the guts around here? Who's got the... That's a challenge, like a challenge, a 2 Kshatriya challenge, It's tough. But if you do it a few times, you get good at it, Figure out what to do. I did many jaggarans by myself, and I found the best way to do jaggarans was to write a book. Because you get out of the computer's absorbing. It's not exactly a traditional jaggaran by any means, by any description of Shastra, but it comes under kirtan. Preaching and writing is kirtan. So it's a big thing, kirtan. So I've written many books and doing jaggaran, editing final copies, and I'm just wide awake. Move this here, move that there, this that. It's not exactly Srup Siddha Bhakti. Srup Siddha Bhakti is the best form of bhakti. Srup Siddha Bhakti means that kind of bhakti practices that you do as a sadhaka, you also do in your Srup. Radharani is hearing about Krishna, chanting Krishna, remembering Krishna. This is Srup Siddha Bhakti. This is described in Bhakti Sandarbha and Vishwanath Chakravarti's books. And it's for best form of bhakti. There's Sangha Siddhi and Aropa Siddhi and different types of practices to attain perfection. But Srup Siddhi is directly related to your Srup, your spiritual form. Shravan Kirtan Smaran, this is Srup Siddhi. If that's all you're doing all day, you're in good shape. Because you do that as a sadhaka, you attain prem, you go to the spiritual world, and Gopi Day, what do gopis do? They sing Gopi Gita, they sing Brahma Gita, they're hearing and chanting and remembering Krishna 24 hours a day. This is perfection of life. One sees me everywhere and sees everything in me. I never lost him, and he's never lost to me. 6 Chapter Gita, verse 30. 6:30. Okay, so that was a little bit more Ekadasi. We're going to stop that file and start another one here. Let's stop. Okay. So we had a little kind of question around Ekadasi Jaggaran, that was that question. What is another question? Yashaswini, all the way from England, came down to get hot. It's not so hot in England right now, I don't think so. What's the temperature in England right now?
It was 20 when I left.
20, okay, we have double here. We're doubling it now. Have a question?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, you said when we go to spiritual realm, spiritual world, and that Krishna expand himself like to every devotee. So is it same with our Sadguru? Does he expand to every disciple? And if it does, is it limited to 1024 or not?
Can anyone amplify that voice a little bit? I can't hear so good. Something about Guru and Siddhaya or spiritual form, I don't know. I can't hear very well. So I need someone to amplify it.
Shall I try louder? Okay, so you said that when we go to spiritual world, that Krishna expand.
It's in the 3rd canto of Bhagavatam, Vasanti Vaikuntha Murti. In the verse itself, it says, Krishna expands his spiritual form into unlimited spiritual forms, and with each one of those spiritual forms, Krishna enjoys pastimes eternally. So that means, and there's a commentary on that 3rd canto Bhagavatam verse by Jiva Goswami and Priti Sandarbha, Anucheta number 10. Right. And in there he explains that Krishna, the spiritual forms, Krishna expanded unlimited spiritual forms in Goloka Vrindavan. And with each one of those spiritual bodies, Krishna is enjoying lila. So you have your own Krishna. And what are they doing now? Now those spiritual forms, which are direct expansion of the Antaranga Chit spiritual Shakti of Krishna, they're beautifying and decorating the spiritual world like Vaikuntha and Goloka Vrindavan. They're making it beautiful. They're just standing there like statues. It's called Pratima statues. The Second Priya was describing this the other day from our Gurudev's idea. but they're not jada roop. Jada means stone-like. They're chit shakti. They're spiritual. Just like sometimes there's a drama, a play, drama, and the actors, it's called a frozen scene. Like someone says, "Okay, now you have to leave this town," and you stop like that. Yeah, and for 5 minutes, last scene. It's called frozen scene. But you're not a statue. You're fully alive. The next thing you can tell a joke or jump off the stage or run around. So the spiritual forms are described like that. They're there. They say they're beautifying the spiritual world. Just like a rich man has an estate. You go in his garden and you see statues of whatever, beautiful girls or guys or horses or statues in a garden. Like there's carvings, sculptors in the garden. Like sometimes I went to a rich guy's house in Delhi. He had a fountain. He had Shiva. Shiva was sitting there in meditation. It was a murti of Shiva. And out of his head, the fountain was shooting out. Then it went down and filled up a whole big fountain. It was really cool. They had 25,000 square foot property. That's huge. That's a big place. So they're there now. So that's one point. Now, what's your question?
Are Sadhguru, like Guru Manjari, does he or she also expand to every disciple?
Yeah, we discussed this point 10,000 times. Being a teacher means you have to repeat the class all the time. Otherwise, you can't be a teacher. So, and repetition increases the ability, the realization also. This point is told in the fourth. There's 4 sections of Brahma Sutra, which is called Vedanta Sutra. And the 4th section of Vedanta Sutra is called Brahma Sutra, more commonly known as Brahma Sutra, and its commentaries by Baladev Vidyabhushan called Govinda Bhashya. In the 4th section, he describes about the sadhana siddha, the sadhana siddhas. In other words, if you or I attain prema, we become sadhana siddha. We go to Golok Vrindavan in our siddha to eternally serve Radha and Krishna. So that's for everyone the same. Every Gaudiya Vaishnava attains prema, that's where they go. He said that those sadhana siddhas, he or she can expand their spiritual forms into 1,020 forms. So the guru attains prema, he goes to the spiritual world, he gets to siddha as a gopi or gopa, whatever his siddha is. He stays there serving Krishna, Balaram, Radha Krishna, gopis, Radharani, whatever. But in another form, because the guru has a contract with Jami, say, Prabhu say, Narottam Das Thakur's bhajan, Sri Guru Charana Padma, the glorification of Guru, which is in Prem Bhakti Chandrika. This is the primary best prayer for Guru, because it's by Narottam Das Thakur, Sri Guru Charana. And this is when we sing in ISKCON, which is great. It's a great prayer. So much Siddhantas in that prayer. It says, Jami say, Prabhu say, birth after birth, Guru Dev, you are my, you one individual jiva, you are my Guru. So how does it work? The Guru goes to the spiritual world, that's one form, he's there eternally. And he takes birth again next life, because he has a contract with every sincere disciple. The Guru has a contract to liberate that disciple. That's what it means to be Guru. It means liberation. We're liberation for Gaudiya Vaishnava. We don't want mukti, we don't want liberation, we want prem. We want prem seva. So the Guru has to train up the devotee and align a position of the devotee, disciple with such a position that prem and bhav descends into his heart because of his surrender and submission and seva and loyalty to his Guru, and he becomes a prema bhakta. Then whether he or she takes another birth or lives here or doesn't, goes to the spiritual world or stays here, if they're in prema, they're in the spiritual world. So the Guru will keep coming back. Prabhupada used to say, the Guru will come back life after life to liberate each disciple. But don't make me come back. He used to say, like, don't make me come back. Remember this famous statement? But the Guru, that's the prem, that's the Vaishnava Kripambodhi. It says Vaishnava Kripambodhi. He's an ocean of mercy. That's what, when one is asked to be a Guru by his Guru, he has to think 10,000 times, do I want to say yes to this seva? Sometimes he has no choice also. He might try to say, no, thanks, next time around. Can I take up this option next life? And so some gurus may say, okay, but some gurus say, no way, you received a lot, now you have to give it out. So it's Daso Swing and Jai Gurudev. Because we're servants. The servant doesn't have anything to say. The dog doesn't tell the master what to do. The master tells the dog what to do. So the disciple is the dog of the master, the spiritual master. So don't be afraid. You're going to see me in a lot of lifetimes. Or get out this lifetime, you'll see me here next life.
That was not my question.
That's okay. I got a good answer, though. What's your question? We got a good answer out of the wrong question. It's a repeat for many people. It's certainly a repeat for me. But it's worth repeating. It's nice to hear about it.
So my question was if when we attain spiritual world so as we get our own Krishna, do we get our own Guru also? Does he expound for every disciple to...
You want to create your own guru, like Star Trek, Matrix, you know? Just take a 3D copy machine and make your own guru. Get a 3D copy machine and make your own guru. No, it's a package deal. Because it's a good question because you have a misconception what the reality is. Reality is individual. It's exclusive, but it's exclusive and simultaneously inclusive. So for every parivar, we have a family. That's why we say Nityananda parivar, Dvaita parivar, Gadadhar parivar, Narottam parivar, Shyamananda parivar, Loganatha, so many parivars. Parivar means family. Hindi parivar. So we have a family. So your family have mother, father. So I have my guru, and then you have your guru, your paran guru, par guru, and it goes up. Samasti guru is Sri Krishna. Vyasi guru is the Diksha guru, and Samasti guru is Krishna. So that all those gurus are with you eternally. No, you don't get to change any guru, they're all with you eternally. From the time you meet Sadguru and take Diksha, then your eternal relationship with Guru, the spiritual world, Radha and Krishna, and Bhakti, Bhajan goes on forever. When you go to spiritual, you have your own Vishaka, your own Astasakis, your own Astamandris, your own 8 Upasakis, your own Vrindadev, your own Paramasi, your own spiritual dimension, your own Parakasta. And maybe next door somebody else, some other guru with his group or whatever. There's thousands and thousands of Parikastas. And they all live there simultaneously. No one sees the other one, no one knows about the other one. It's like gopis are dancing a rasa dance. They got one gopi sharing one Krishna with 2 gopis, but each gopi doesn't see the other Krishna. They just see one Krishna with them. They don't see. There's 16,000 gopis. There are millions of gopis in a rasa dance, but everyone just sees me. I'm just dancing. Tonight I dance all night alone with Krishna. That's what they think. That's what they see. That's the reality they're in. There's in Padma in the Maharaj dance. There's 3 billion gopis. 3 billion. Count that. How many fingers do you need to count? You need a lot of fingers to count that. 3 billion. There's one Krishna for everyone. There'd be 50 billion, there'd be 60 billion, and one Krishna for everyone. How many jivas on this planet? How many human being jivas? 7 billion. There's one Krishna for every jiva. How many ants are there? How many ants are there in the ground right now?
Uncountable.
All right, sir. Uncountable numbers. And there's one Krishna with each one. It's called Paramatma. There's Bhagavan. Vishnu Tattva. He's not playing the flute, but he's playing, chakra or whatever. Playing constant chakra. Was that answer your question? Yes? See you there. Righty. Okay. Keep going. Never say die. Okay, let's have another question here. Okay, Prosi Didi.
Maharaj, could you kindly explain a little more on Govinda's Thali, Yoga Pit?
devotee is asking a question about the explanation of Govinda Stali. There's three, in Krishna Lila, there's three yoga peeths. In the morning at Pratak Lila, Radha and Krishna and gopis and everyone meets together for the first artik of the day, first puja, the start each day. At Pratak Kal, at 6 a.m. to 8:24 a.m. means morning. Pratak means morning. And that's a place called Gupta Kund. It's northwest of Nandagaon. Now it's called Brindakund. There's a place called Brindakund there, but behind Brindakund is the original Gupta Kund. Gupta Kund is much more famous in ancient Shastra. There's a book written by Siddha Krishnadas in Bengali called Nandishwar Chandrika. Nandishwar Chandrika, a small book in Bengali. I saw it once. Haranya Garba translated in English one time. I saw it in 1978 or something like that. It's a very small book. He translated Hansadura, he translated Ujjwal Nilamani, Uddhava Sandesh, and Uddhava Sandesh was the other one. Hansadura, Uddhava Sandesh, and Nandishwar Chandrika. Anyway, so there describes Gupta Kund Yoga Pit. Now the Madhyan Lila Yoga Pit is in the afternoon, it's at Radhakund, it's in Lita Kund. And that's described in Govinda Lila Amrita in the section on Madhyan Lila. Madhyan Lila means 10:48 in the morning till 3:36 in the afternoon. Right now, we're in Madhyan Lila, believe it or not. And we're at Radhakund. This is Vishaka's Kunj. We're seeing Vishaka's Kunj. And then evening yoga pit. Oh, in the evening yoga pit, it's called Vrindavan. It's called Vrindavan Maha. It's called Maha Yoga Pit, and it's called Govinda Stali. And there's a book called Yamala Tantra, or Gotamiya Tantra. It lists other names of the Maha Yoga Pit. One name is Kali. It's called Kali Mandir. Kali means pastime. It's called Kali Yoga Pit. It's called Kali Mandir. One is called. Another name is Radha Saubhagya Mandir. Saubhagya means very fortunate. Subhagya. So Subhagya becomes Saubhagya. Radha Saubhagya Mandir. This mandir proclaims the great fortune of Radharani. And another nice name, it's called Chandravali Durdarshan. It's called Chandravali Durdarshan Mandap or something like that. This mandap is very far away from the vision of Chandravali. Very nice name. And Govinda Stali is a common name. So this is described. It's a small island. Basically, it's a small island. There's Vamshivat, which is on the bank underneath a banyan tree on the banks of Yamuna. Krishna plays the Vamshi, and he on the Rasa Purnima night, the full moon night of the Sharad season, which is Ashwin Maina Purnima, before Kartik is Ashwin Maina. And that Purnima, he plays the flute, and that's Maharaj dance, and he calls all the gopis to Vamshivat. Then the Yamuna is describing Govinda Lila Amrita also. Yamuna, the Yamuna is very deep. The water gets very shallow. It gets ankle deep. Then Krishna and all the gopis walk across that ankle-deep water, and they walk out to the island. It's like what we call a sandbar, but it's actually a little island. And the island that's the site of the yoga pit. Now, that island is surrounded on four sides. Yamuna comes in from the north and breaks into the east and west branch and joins in the south and the south. It goes north and goes. So the Yamuna is embracing yoga pit like arms, embracing yoga pit around their arms. And the land of the yoga pit from Yamuna bank, it rises like the back of a turtle, a sea turtle. Not a box. There's something called a box turtle. Box turtle is like this. Gradually ellipse. It's called ellipse. It goes gradually up, like that. So it's like a small hillock. The whole island's like a hillock. And there's from the Yamuna side, there's 4 footpaths, north, east, south, and west. And there's 4 bathing ghats in the Yamuna. And those 4 footpaths go up the mountain, go up the hillock, and they intersect in the middle. Like 4 roads, intersection of 4 roads. And where they intersect is a golden, whole area is golden color, and there's a huge kadamba tree, huge kadamba tree, like Bandiravat, huge kadamba tree. And that goes over the whole top of the golden mandir. And the mandir is 8 sides, and the mandir is right in the center where those roads intersect. This in Tantra, this is a place for doing boot puja. Where roads intersect is where you can do puja to boots and prates and pishachas and subtle beings. There's a lot of tamasic energy in Tantric Shastra where roads intersect. It's a very subtle thing. It's in other Puranas, tamasic Puranas and whatnot. But where roads intersect, that's why many road accidents across the world happen in intersections. This guy's coming this way, this guy coming, boom! Right in the center, they meet. They don't meet on the side. They're right in the center because they say that at night, sometimes 50, 60, or 100 boots are dancing in the center of the intersection. And they make the cars collide together. It's like shooting billiard balls. You get a billiard ball, shoot, boom, and this one bounce off that one. So there, all the boots and praise, subtle beings are dancing and partying in the intersection. The 2 cars are coming. Okay, let's throw these 2 cars together. Okay, boom. And people die on the spot, and then they drink their blood, and they're really happy. This is all tamasic stuff, That's the reality, There's a lot more to the world than to see, Close your eyes and tell me what your eyelids look like. Close your eyes and tell me what your eyelids look like. You can't see them. You can't see your eyelids. They're right in front of your eyes. What can you see? We can't see very much. These are real things that are described in Vedic Shastras. So there in that intersection, it's the epitome of pure goodness. It's Chinmay Shakti. That's where the Yogapit Mandir is situated, right in the center where the 4 roads crossroads. And it's on a platform. It's a raised platform. It's a golden mandir. It has 8 sides. And the Vrindavan Yogapit has 1 big dome. The Navadvip Yogapit has 9 domes. There's 8 because it's octagon, so there's 8 small domes on 8 corners, and the middle one's a big dome. And above each dome, in Navadvip, 9 domes, there's 3 kalashes. Kalash means a golden, in this case, golden water pot. Like ladies carrying their head, kalash. And then there's a flagpole through the center, and there's a yellow flag. So Vrindavan, Govindastali, there's only 1 dome. One dome, it's 8-sided, there's 1 big dome and the flag, and it's yellow. That's why I have a yellow flag on my temple. This is Yogapit, this Yogapit Mandir. That's my vow. The yellow flag. There's a yellow, up there is a yellow flag, you can see it, it's not a corner. This corner of the roof, it's up there. There's no wind, I don't know. Not much wind right now, some, little. So that platform, it's a platform there is like, and then on the mandir is situated on that 8-sided platform, and there's 4 doors going into the mandir. From the 4 roads. The 4 roads come right into the mandir, 4 directions. And standing at each gate is Brinda, Brindarika, Manika, Muralika. Standing at each of the 4 gates. And they're gatekeepers. Little gopis, they know karate, So no one can get by. They're black belts in karate. They're small, but they can no whatever. They're ferocious gatekeepers. 13-year-old girls. Anyway, they're there. And then so there, when you walk in that mandir, when you walk inside, you'll see a design on the floor. On the floor, there's a 24-petal lotus design. It's a design on the floor, like you take tiles to make a design or something. It's a big area. So in the center, it's a center part of the flower. It's a corolla. In the center part, it's a white carved marble lion. It's a singhasan, and Radha Krishna are sitting on a singhasan, but it's shaped like a lion also. It's a literally lion throne. It's shaped like a lion, and the lion is raised in his front legs like he's attacking. His front legs is like he's sitting, and the asana is resting on his back. His asana is on his back part that's not raised. The asana, Radha Krishna. This is how I was described when I see it. So he's raised like this, his arms like this. He has red ruby eyes, white marble, red ruby eyes. You know. And then Radha Krishna is on that asana. And surrounding them, there's 8 petals, and surrounding that, there's 8 bigger petals and 8 petals. There's 24 petals. Each petal, the first circle is Astamandris, second circle is Astasakis, third circle is Asta Upasakis. So there's 24 sakis.
The third circle is what?
It's called Upasaki.
Uba.
UPA, Uba.
Upa.
Uba means additional, Ubavan. There's Drasavan and there's 125 Ubavans. Addition means additional flowers.
Upasaki.
Upasaki. First one is Anangamanjari, Kalavati, Shubhangada,
Hiranyangi.
Hiranyangi, Ratnareka, Shikavati, Kandharva, Fulkalika, Haribo, Jainitai. Navini Kishori and Manohar. They lived with me for a few months in 2019. I couldn't talk, I couldn't walk, I couldn't bathe. Maharaj was giving me a bath. His wife was cooking for me. They're living upstairs. I had a stroke in 2019. I couldn't talk for 3 months. Couldn't walk, couldn't even wipe my face or anything. Yeah, 2019 October was special mercy. So now I'm a little bit functional, not too much, but. So that's and then they have artik there every night. They have artik, Radharani artik. It's actually Yugo artik, Radha Krishna Yugo. But first Krishna's worship, Radharani gets the prasad of Krishna, prasad mala chandan, basically like that. And then Lalita Vishaka, then Chitra, Induleka, Chambak Runga Devi, and Tungavidya Sudevi, and then the Upasakis, like that. And then the Astamandris, Rupa Mandri, Rati Mandri, Tulsi Mandri, Rati Mandri, and then Labanga Mandri, Sangha Swami, then Rasa Mandri, Guna Mandri, Manjali Mandri, Vilas Mandri, Kasturi Mandri. And Vrinda, Vrindarika, Manika, Manaralika. And then Guru Parampara, Kanak Mandri, and this Mandri, that Mandri, this Mandri. And me Mandri. me Mandri. You Mandri. We Mandri. We're we Mandris. What's this? Special Russian. We made it program. Not yet. So is that okay? Can say more, but that's all I'm going to say.
Maharaj, I have a question.
Okay. With that introduction, I can't say no. Deep voice, I have a question. Yes, sir. You have a very manly voice, very deep voice. I have to pay attention to you. It means
Not just any question. I have the $1 million question.
well, ask. This guy's rich. This guy's from Switzerland. He's got all the money. He's got the Swiss bank in his pocket. Ask the seat and I think you can pay all your bills, man. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, how to deal with the sexual urge?
Well, I don't deal
It's
with
a
it.
question never asked. It's a question never asked, but I would ask it because I think it's beneficial for everyone to hear.
I don't know where we are with these questions, or let me just see. Okay. The question is being asked, how does a sadhaka deal with the sexual urge? In the 7th canto of Bhagavatam, chapter 15, Narada Muni describes all the various anarthas and unwanted things, and three modes of nature, and so many things. And one thing he talks about, how do we deal with lust? Lust means sexual urge, whatever you call it. We don't usually use those words in India, but the urge to enjoy the opposite gender, or whatever. The urge to enjoy male-female relationships is a more Indian way of saying it. They're a little cultured way they speak. So being disturbed by the opposite sex, or like sexy, but the opposite gender is a more proper way to say it. So how to deal with that? So he says the way to deal with it by discrimination. So lust is conquered by discrimination. Discrimination means vivek. Vivek, like think, wait, what is this Vegam? Vachravegam, Mansakoravegam, Uttarapastavegam. In Upadeshamrita, Rupa Goswami describes the verse, he describes the Vegams. Vegam means pushing, urges, pushings. So one is the urge to speak and eat nonsense food, and nonsense thinking and nonsense planning, nonsense desiring. Manasavegam, Vachravegam. And Udara means belly, Damodar means belly. Urges of the belly to eat all nonsense food and wrong things. And then Uttarapasta means the lower chakra disturbance. So he says by Vivek, by discrimination. Not much is described more than that. He said we have to have intelligence. If you don't have intelligence, you can't control the senses. And that's one of the senses. The reproductive sense is one of the senses. It's called a working sense. There's Gyanendriya and Karmendriya. So one of the five Karmendriyas is the reproductive organ. So that's to be controlled by intelligence. If you don't have intelligence, you're sunk. You're dead. Well, discrimination, and after the long list is over, Jai Radhe! Bye! Right. So my godbrothers and goddesses, they were upstairs. There were 4 or 5 of them, and they're all leaving now. Radhe! I gave them all Sandarbhas. They came. I told them I had some gift for it. They all came down. I gave 4 sets of Sandarbha. Bhakti Sandarbha. A new one. So they eat lunch, they're out there sleeping. I eat too, but I'm not sleeping. So after that long list of how to control this urge for man, woman, then he gets the clincher, he gets the bottom line, which we repeated so many times. Etat sarvam guru bhakti yanjasa. All these things I told you about, the Trigunamai, the Tamagun, Rajagun, Sattvagun, and Kam, Krodh, Lobh, Moha, Matsaraya, all these anarthas, anomalies, all these problems that bind us to their world, it can all be controlled and all be conquered and won over by simply and very easily by Guru Bhakti, love of Guru. Etatsara means all the, Etat means this, all these things I just told you. This is verse 25, chapter 7th canto, chapter 15, verse 25. And verse 1 through 24 is all the things, lust, greed, this, that. And he tells all kinds of measures to control it. He says the best, the one, whole in one shot is Guru Bhakti. So the first thing, Guru Bhakti means love of Guru. So you better be careful before you pick a Guru. Pick one you can love. If you can't love your Guru, then it's not your Guru. Simple. If you have some issue with modern language, you have some issues with your Guru, you have some agenda with your Guru, some issues, then settle your issues and go find another Guru. You have samshaya, have doubts. Well, I don't know, this thing, that thing, maybe this happens, that happens. Then you're not resolute in determination. Krishna talks about resolution and determination, right? Those are irresoluteness, path to perish. Irresolute. I don't know what it is in Sanskrit. Yeah, that's like, there's another word for this. Something like that. So Daji, your guru's name is Prem, so so you must be loving Prem. His guru is Prem Gopal. I mean, Shri Puja Shri Prem Gopal Goswami Ji Maharaj, Nityananda Vamsacharya. So he's very fortunate, Kripa Patra, such an illustrious, pure devotee of Krishna. So it should be not hard for him to fall in love with Prem Gopal. We would hope so. Love, the whole thing is love. It's all about love. If you're not interested in love, if you're not a loving person, you can't even touch the Bhagavatam. Bhagavatam is for Rastika Babuka. You have to have ability to have bhav, have feelings. If you're not a feelingful person, don't even look at the Bhagavatam, you won't get anywhere with it. You'll have doubts, you won't accept it. The Bhagavatam, every conversation of Bhagavatam, every canto, Jiva Goswami brings this out in Sundara, every conversation, Brahma and Krishna, Narad and Vyas, and Krishna and Uddhav, and Maitreya and Vidura, all the conversations throughout the whole Bhagavatam are all, the bottom line is bhakti. They're all talking about bhakti. Even they describe Varnashram Dharma in Bhagavatam, they describe karma, they describe yoga and Ashtanga yoga, all there. But in all those descriptions, there's many verses about the efficacy and supreme effect of bhakti. Without bhakti, you don't get success in anything else, and bhakti is the supreme and best path. The whole Sundara was dedicated to this point, that bhakti is the supreme and best path. So we're in it, we're on it. Jai Ho. Vasudeva was it? Bahonam Jamanam Ante Gyanavam Mam Pravanyante Vasudeva Saramati Samahatma Sudurlabha. Such a Mahatma is very rare. You're very rare souls. Sadhvis and sadhus. Sadhus and sadhvis, very durlabha, sudurlabha, very rare. Find someone with a Krishna Bhakti. Every devotee is worshipable. It's not, oh, that guy, this guy. Well, no guy, there's no girls. They're all Vaishnavas, Vaishnavis. That's all I can say about that, Dowji Maharaj. You know, just love it. Because all this stuff about man, woman is all about lust, not about love. It's the iron side of love, you know. Love is gold. This is all dark iron stuff. It's just all this material relationships are based on emptiness, lack of fulfillment. Krishna says in the Mangalacharana verse of Ishopanishad, Om Purnam Purnamidamidam Purnam Purnam Udachite Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishite. He says from Krishna emanates everything complete, everything fulfilled. So if you have Krishna in your heart, Krishna in your life, Krishna in your mind, you're completely fulfilled. Your cupboard's full. And you get an overfilling, flowing, washing out everybody nearby. There's no emptiness in the heart of a true bhakta. This Christ said, "My cup runneth over." He said, "My cup runneth over." He had so much water in his cup, it was runneth over his old English. It was coming over his top. If you have a 200 ml cup and you pour 3 liters of water in it, it's going to keep overflowing. 3 liters pouring into 2 liters. So Krishna is fulfilling. Without fulfillment, the bhakti is incomplete. Must be fulfilled. Nirmama. What do we want? We don't want anything. We have everything. When I used to live in Vrindavan, I lived in Radharani temple, I'd be walking around that area, Seyokun, Shringarawat, Yamunaji, Keshigat, hanging around there going Yamuna. There was one Pandit there that worked the circuit there, when all yatris would come. He'd take them all those temples, Nanda Yashoda temples around there, all these temples around there. He's like a Pandit. He would see me, because he saw me, I was there for so many years, and he saw me, and he said, "Hey," he said, "Radharani, you're," in English, he said, "You're very fortunate. You're a very fortunate man." I said, "Yeah, you're right." I said, "You're right." I said, "Please bless me with more fortune." So we're all fortunate. We're sitting in Radhakund. Some of our brothers and sisters are dropping bombs on their head in Ukraine. It's terrible. Whole Earth body is in pain right now. If somebody's biting your toe, it's going to hurt your mind, It's way down your toe, it's far away from your mind. But if some insect is biting your toe, your mind's going to hurt. Hey, what's going on? You can stop biting. So these Ukrainians, they're devotees also. Their bombs are falling on their head, blowing up their houses. It's terrible. What goes around comes around. They're having their turn. We'll get our turn also. In the future, India will be a war where bombs will fall on our head also. We hope that they're crying and praying for us at that time also. This is the world we're in. What goes around comes around. It's going to be, Prabhupada said it'll be war between India and Pakistan. He said it in 1975. So he's a seer. He's a Trikala Gyani. He sees the future, and it's easy to see that's in the works. We're doing good now, but you know. Chairati. Okay.
Thank you for clarifying, Maharaj. Very nice answer.
Thank you. My dear Sitanad. Yes.
My question is, sometimes different Gaudiya Vaishnavas have different opinions, different Siddhantas, and sometimes one is in a position where other devotees or younger devotees, they come to one and they ask question because they are confused. One has to give answer, but that also means that one has to say sometimes one is wrong and one is right. So what is the right Maryada to say such things? Or should one just generally avoid it and say nothing?
Can you rephrase your question again? Can you rephrase your question? I have an idea, but I'm not clear.
Just how we should, what is the Maryada if we speak with devotees and we have to say, there are different Siddhantas, even in the Gaudiya.
Yeah.
And when one has to speak about this, that one doesn't make offense, but simultaneously you say that maybe sometimes one is wrong and one is right. One is according to Shastra and the other not.
Yeah, that's a nice question, and it's very prevalent these days. It's devotees asking a question, Vaishnava Samaj and a group of devotees, all Gaudiya Vaishnava devotees, they're Siddhanta, but different gurus in different places, they give explanations of the one Siddhanta in different ways, like origin of Jiva, Stairati, and they give very convincing arguments and quote all kinds of Shastra to prove their point. So that's what's who's right, who's wrong. But this gets a little touchy. It's not, this right and wrong thing doesn't really work so much in transcendental matters. Right and wrong, this is a duality conception, considering everything in terms of right and wrong, black and white. But this is the world we live in, this world of duality. Icha Dvesha Smutena Dvandva Moyana Bharata, 7th chapter of Gita, what verse is that? 725? 725. Icha Dvesha Smutena Dvandva Moyana Bharata. Everyone's bewildered by dvanda, by duality. Rich, poor, black, white, this, that. Right, wrong. But now you come into transcendence, there's a whole kaleidoscope of colors. It's not just black and white. There's infrared, there's ultraviolet, there's so many colors in between. So it's shades of meanings, interpretations. But there's basic Siddhanta, see, the point is, Shastras, they're Sanskrit, and they have many words, have many meanings, so everyone takes different ideas. So basically, you follow your family. Like I don't get in. I try to avoid these conversations. You say it's like this, my guru says it's like that. So I usually, when I get in this type of situation, I say I respect what you learned, what your guru represents. I respect that, but I've been trained differently, and so I hope that you will respect my viewpoint. I respect your viewpoints, your beliefs. And I believe they're true for you, but they're not true for me. So I hope you'll respect my beliefs and opinions. Now let us take prasad together, chant Hare Krishna, and cooperate and be together on a common ground. There must be some commonality. You like to chant, let's have a kirtan and take some food. Like there was a party, I told this joke so many times. There was a party, and the sign at the door, there's a big house, guy had open house party. plenty of drinks, plenty of live band music, plenty of drinks. Everyone's welcome. Caste, creed, it doesn't matter. Everyone's welcome. But there's only two conditions. Anybody who comes in this party, you come and you dance, you romance, you meet people, you have fun, tell jokes, do hypnotism, do past life regressions, whatever, all kinds of things that people do in parties, nowadays. And do whatever you want. But two things, don't talk about religion and don't talk about politics. So how many people came to the party? Nobody went to the party. The guy saved all his money on the food and drinks. He didn't spend any money. He took everything back, because no one came. So these are always controversial subjects. Where three people together, there's bound to be a fight. Even two people, husband and wife. So you're always going to be in that situation. So it's best to take the humble road, But Jiva Goswami says, I don't care what Jiva. I used to have arguments with Indra Das all the time. He said, it's like this, like that. I said, it's not that tall like that at all. And Rupa Goswami or Jiva Goswami, I don't care what they say. I see it like this. I said, what are you talking about? Indra was like that. He was very opinionated. He didn't quote much Shastra at all. He was a learned guy, a great devotee, a great kirtan leader, but she wasn't Shastra Nipunan by any means. Yeah, I had a lot of Bob, but we used to, because I'm more Shastric oriented, so we were good friends. I lived in the 3 rooms away from him in 1987, 89. I lived 2 years there in the Gurukul building. So I went in his room every night. I was with him having talks because we were godbrothers. So a lot of time we got in arguments all the time because he's a fighter guy, I used to joke with him. I said, when I read the Krishna book, whenever it describes demons, they always have red hair, red eyes. And you have red hair, red eyes, so you're a demon. He said, yeah, I'm going to eat you. And you get off his chair and come and grab you around the neck, He was like this. Because he has red hair. His eyes are brown. When he gets angry, they turn red. He sort of... You never met him. I just look up, I'm going to eat you. Bless his soul, he's a great devotee. Just be convinced about what you have, and anybody wants to hear what you have to say, you speak to them. Because, Tavadi Pranipatina Pariprashneva Sevya. Pranipatina, someone has to come with humble inquiry. If they already know it all, they already have a set opinion, there's no time, don't waste time with them, You're young, you have a lot of hot blood, so you like to fight and stuff. It's good. That's also good. There's nothing wrong with it. But you get old cows, old tigers don't have much teeth anymore,
All dogs, Maharaj.
Yeah, I'm not a tiger, old dogs. Tiger's a great animal. A dog is worse as a bum. Yeah, I'm an old dog with no teeth, so I can't bite anybody. But you're young, you can bite up people. You should do it also. Set people straight sometimes. It's good for your blood,
But that brings also the risk of Vaishnava.
Nah, there's no aparad. Forget that. It's not aparad. Speaking the truth, there's no aparad. Everyone says, it's like you have some flashcards. You're in school, they'll have a flashcard. Bingo, bing. So everybody has this card in their pocket. Like you have a business card. Here's my... And printed on the card it says aparad in Hindi, and the front side is Hindi and back side English. If you got aparad, you're aparad. Get out of here, take your card, get out. Take your card and put it in your mouth. Put tape across your mouth, aparad, Everything's aparad. Maharaj, you're aparad. I was sick of this aparad stuff. No, because see, the thing is, I joined 1975. That's a lot. It's 45. I don't know, a long time ago. 25 and 22. 47 years ago, I joined ISKCON LA. One guru, Srila Prabhupada, and all God brothers, God sisters. And I never heard this word aparad anytime. Nobody ever said you're aparad. And then as the time went on, I used to have nightmares. I can't go to sleep. Different people calling you. What I do wrong? You can't, especially in India. I don't know much about West. I left there, 87, but in India it's big. In the Indian temples, everyone's aparad. You say, it's a new thing. Everyone's aparad. They don't know anything. They just two things they say: Prabhupada said and aparad. They don't even read. They haven't read anything Prabhupada said. They haven't listened to his tapes. So I've had people tell me that they say Prabhupada said, and I say to them, where's that? It's in Bhagavad Gita. He says it's in Bhagavad Gita. I think it's in chapter 19. Yeah, it's in chapter 19.
Oh, recently someone in this group said that Srila Prabhupada's Chaitanya Charitamrita is full of heavy aparad.
Huh?
Yeah, indeed.
Well, that's interesting.
Everything is aparad,
I wouldn't want to be the one that said that. Okay, some of you've got their brain upside down, In the West, you say your head's screwed on backwards.
Spot on, Maharaj. Spot on.
Yeah, screw only goes one way. It's tight. You're screwed backwards. Your head's loose. God, this is recorded. What a crazy recording this is. Stop it before it goes too. It's too crazy. Oh, what's that? What's going on? Okay, we're ready. Can we come back to normalcy now? Return to ground. You have a question, sir?
Thanks, Maharaj. I was thinking, what would we do with, say, devotees who can say this is how to do it and this is how to do it, but they're not following it themselves?
Oh yeah, there's a lot of that. A lot of devotees are very keen to tell you what to do or what's the right thing to do, but they themselves, aren't following it. Well, there's a verse in the 10th canto of Bhagavatam. It doesn't exactly apply here, but some application we can find in it. It's right after the Rasa dance. It's in 10th canto, chapter 33, and it's in the discussion about the Rasa dance with Parikshit and Sukadeva. How is it Krishna? He preached all morality, but he's dancing other people's wives and all this stuff. It doesn't seem right. He's God. Why is he doing this? So then Sukadeva speaks a verse. He says, Ishranam vacha satyam acharyatam kvachit. It's abbreviated, not the whole verse. But the keynotes are Ishranam vacha satyam acharyatam kvachit. It says, if someone's Ishra, someone's a powerful controller, his Ishranam vacha satyam, the words he says are true. Like, Krishna speaking Bhagavad Gita is true. And sometimes, kvachit means sometimes, acharyatam kvachit, sometimes his behavior is true. So you're citing an example, the devotee speaks truth, he tells you truth, something from Shastra, a proper way of behaving or something, but he himself isn't following it. But you can accept the truth, but don't follow his example. It's like Krishna, we accept truth of Bhagavad Gita. We follow the Bhagavad Gita, we'll become perfect, we'll become liberated, we'll attain prema by surrendering the Gita's teachings and realizing it. But we follow Krishna's example and dance everybody else's wife, we'll go to hell. So Krishna is a prime example. Like Shiva drank an ocean of poison, but he also takes bhang. He takes bhang, gets stoned, and dances like a madman. But he also spoke Rudra Gita, and he also spoke many tattvas in 4th canto Bhagavatam. He's a Mahajan. Shambhu, Swayambhur Narada Shambhu. It's 6th canto Bhagavatam. Yamaraj is speaking about the Dwasa Mahajans, the great spiritual teachers. It's Swayambhur Narada Shambhu Pralada Janako Bishwa. Kumara Kapil Manu Bali or Bali Sakirvayam. Bali Maharaj is a great Mahajan, he's born in demon body. Bali Maharaj is a great preacher of spiritual truths. Avanavedanam. And then, Shambhu Shiva, he's a great preacher, but he takes bong, gets stoned, and acts crazy, So we follow his teachings, but we don't follow Shiva. So your friend, your devotee, it's very common. People meet, they're saying you should do this, you accept the goodness of what they're saying, because they're actually helping you, because they're reminding you of the truth. They're telling you the truth. They're speaking Satyam, Ishvara Vacha Satyam, but they don't have the ability to follow it, but by speaking it, they're reminding themselves, which is good for themselves to be reminded, and they're reminding you, and it's strengthening. If you're already doing it, you're strengthening you. So, it's a little odd. Like, well, look who's talking, man. Like, America, we say, what are you talking about? Get out of here. Walk your talk, you jerk. But, taking the humble road is always better to say, thank you, I appreciate what you're telling me. Thank you very much. I tell the story, once I was in Krsna Radharani temple, I was wearing three neck beads. I usually wear them loose. These were real loose ones. They just came down here. So when I had a shirt button, you couldn't see any neck beads around my neck. So one Russian lady, she's about 60, 70, 80 years old, she had 10 rubies in her hand. I was saying Darshan or something. She said, Maharaj, very cute lady, here's 10 rubies. I said, you look like the way you dress looks like you must be poor sannyasi, must be poor sannyasi. And you don't have enough money for neck beads. So here's 10 rubies, so buy yourself some neck beads, okay? I said, oh, thank you very much. And then she left, and I put the 10 rubies in the box, and I already had neck beads. But I liked it. It was so cute. So the way she did it, of course, the way people do this stuff sometimes, hey, what are you doing? So it's not what they're saying, it's the way they say it, which pinches the ego. But it's good to get the ego pinched once in a while. Because, one guy brings out the card and pocket, aparad. We should also have a card in our pocket. We should also carry a card, not the aparad card. Aparad. See, look, aparad. We should have a card in our pocket. Shinada pi sanichena turarivasishuna Mahanidhi kirtaniyastalari. I should respect everyone and not expect any respect in return. I should be tolerant like a tree and humble like a stone tree and always chant Krishna's name. So we should use this, keep this card in our pocket. Pull this card out. Shijaman, Triana pi, yeah, right. You're right. It's nice what you say. Thank you, bye. young tiger, it's good. No, we smart. He's our team. We need some tigers. Because the waiter is retired. He's like, he's written it all, translated it all, spoke it all. He's like, okay, leave me alone. And waiter was leading in charge in the 80s. They had all these websites. Radhakan websites, Gaudiya discussions. And people were asking all these questions, and one of the biggest commentators was Jagadananda and Waitadas and Madhavananda, old Madhavananda from Finland, who was here, Malati's husband or something like that, Madhavi, whatever, something. He's a real smart guy, and they were all take out his IGM, and Waita was, really fired up. And that website is called Gaudiya Discussions, and the nickname was Gaudiya Concussions. Concussion means somebody takes a hammer and hits you on the head, and you fall, you go unconscious. You get a concussion. Concussion means brain damage. When they hit you with a stick, you get a concussion. It's called Gaudiya Discussions with Sandesh, Gaudiya philosophy, dialogue of philosophy. It's called Gaudiya Concussions. At one time, we wait to retire. He retired like 89 or 90 or something. But he was leading the charge, because he's a real smart guy. Waited us, very smart and good logic and analyze. You get great answers, Shut still on the net, you can find it here and there. Go to concussions. I was following all that stuff, I write to him, I say, that's a good point. I write to him privately, not on his Facebook, I write to him privately. You gave a good hit on that one. He was a great fighter. He's retired. I put up his gloves, put up his gloves, So now you're there, so okay. All encourage, all energy, go for it. We're all grandfathers, we're right behind you, you know. Where is that? That's on record, oh my God. Anyway, this is a little bit, yeah, thank you for the question. Okay, let's start this thing, it's getting a little crazy. Seeing as the speaker's crazy, so everything ends up crazy. Okay, question? Who has a question? Oh, your better half. Okay, madam, please speak.
I would like you to elaborate on the topic of mantras, because we all know that mantras are in Madhurya. But Madhurya also is like a romantic relationship, and we often say Radha Dasyam, so externally we would speak it's Dasya Rasa. And if we would repair only that they would have very intimate service to Radha Krishna, then Masaka also have very intimate service.
I couldn't hear, I something about Radhadasyam and this and that, but anybody can amplify.
Why don't you come up here and tell him right here? That would be very simple. Then you can be very specific.
Wait, you sit down, it's okay. Your husband's there, he's got a good voice. Thank you, I'm sorry I can't hear so well, forgive me. Yeah.
She has that Manjari, as Manjari, we are actually Madhurya Ras.
Yeah.
But we always hear of Radha Dasya, and we don't have actually a romantic relationship with Krishna, so why it is called Madhurya Ras? Why we have as Manjari Madhurya Ras and not Radha Dasya, Dasya Rasa? Why it's called Madhurya?
The Stairati that the Guru gives in the Diksha mantras by his mercy and by the mercy of Parampara and Samasti Guru. The Guru gives the Stairati in his heart to his disciples. So mostly when you come to Gaudiya Sampradaya, the Stairati of the Gaudiya Sampradaya is Madhurya Rati. This Lord Chaitanya came to give Madhurya Rati. There's one verse that say he came to broadcast the 4 rasas, but his whole life and teachings and everybody he taught, and all the teachings that they wrote about, 6 Goswamis, all about Madhurya Rati, service of Radha and Krishna, amorous loving mood. So this Stairati, for 99% of all Gaudiya Vaishnava, the Stairati of the Gurus is Madhurya Rati. Jai Radha Madhava Kunjari Hari. So they initiate devotee to us Stairati Madhurya Rati. Because to live in Krishna's service, you have to have a Stairati. Stairati is a permanent, loving attachment towards Krishna. So manjaris are just like gopis. They're just like gopis. They're very attractive, but they have an attitude of seva to Radharani. Their rati and attitude are different things. Just like you have with your husband, you have a Stairati of Madhurya Rati. But for your child, you have a Stairati of Vatsalya Rati. And for your girlfriends, you have a Stairati of Sakirati or Sakirati, friendship. So the Stairati can change according to the Vibhav, who the Vibhav is, and Udipa and other things. So the mantras are always a Madhurya Rati, but a special type of Madhurya Rati is called Bhavalas Rati. The mantras are equally beautiful to be enjoyed by Krishna. And how the mantras are in Madhurya Rati, they experience Madhurya Ras because they're Bhavalas Rati. Their Madhurya Rati is a special form of Madhurya Rati called Bhavalas. Whatever feelings and loving moods and sentiments and sensations and ecstasies arise in Radharani's heart, ulas, they arise in the hearts of mantri. When Krishna bites the lips of Radharani, the bite comes on the mantri's lips. When Krishna scratches Radharani, the scratches come out of mantri's body. Because they're one with Radharani. So they experience all the ecstasy. There's no difference. We can't understand this with a material mind. It's not possible. But their attitude, they're experiencing whatever Radharani is experiencing, because they have to know the flow of her heart. They have to know what it means to be Krishna's lover. They have to know what the feeling is, what the wants are, what the needs are, because they have to serve those to Radharani. They have to serve and nourish. The gopis, it's called Pushyana. They nourish the feelings of Radharani So the mantri's duty is to nourish and expand the loving mood of amorous love for Krishna at every moment. So that they're right. They're like working out. They're working from Radharani's heart. They're working from Radharani's heart and her mind. But their attitude is seva. They don't want to enjoy Krishna. Move over, Radharani, my turn. No, it's not like that. Their attitude is seva. So they're serving Radharani, so it's called Radha Dasya. That's what it's called. They're Radharani's maidservants, but they're Madhurirati, fully Madhuri. They get in bed, Radha Krishna are in bed together. The Manjaris get in bed, Radharani pulls them in bed with them. See, Vrindavan Maharaj says, 16th Satsang. They're very extraordinary personalities. So sometimes Radharani deliberately, she pre-plans with Krishna. She says, listen, I want you to show some intimacy with the Manjaris. When Navadasi comes in here, I want you to show her some amorous loving mood towards her. So Manjari comes in to serve Radharani. Krishna says, oh Manjari, you're very dear to Radharani. You're a very intimate servant of Radharani. She loves you very much. And Krishna says, so Radharani loves you so much, I want to show you some love. I want to show you some loving feelings. So Krishna embraces a Manjari. He fondles her body. He intoxicates her with the wine of Eros. This is Radha Sunidhi. Surato Madhuya Madhyati. Surato Madhuya Madhyati. Surato means amorous loving relation, man-woman relation. So Krishna does practically everything with the Manjaris he does with Radharani. Practically, not everything. So the Manjari has a direct experience of what Radharani's experience with Krishna, does all the same things to the Manjari. This happens occasionally. On Radharani's order, just to reward her Manjari. That's a rare thing. Mostly Manjaris are only loyal to Radharani, they refuse. Ujjalila Mani describes the story of Mani Manjari. Radharani made a plan with Krishna. When Mani Manjari comes to see you, I want you to seduce her and take her into a kunj and enjoy Mani Manjari. So Lita took her there and said, Krishna's waiting at kunj, Radharani's late. And why don't you go enjoy? You know, you're a Sakhi, you're practically like us. You can go enjoy Krishna. No, I'm not doing that. I'm Radharani's Manjari. No, come on. So Vishaka's here, Lita says, no problem. Radharani won't be unhappy. Go ahead. So she doesn't, Mani Manjari, this is told Ujjalila Mani. Mani Manjari goes back. She doesn't go. So Lita, Vishaka, they go back. Radharani, you told us to induce Mani Manjari to enjoy Krishna. She absolutely, flatly refused. She's so loyal to you. Oh, she's a good Manjari. Okay, good. So Radharani goes both ways. Sometimes she arranges for Krishna to accost a Manjari. It's rare. The basic mood of Manjari is she doesn't want to even dream about enjoying Krishna. Has no desire. But sometimes Krishna imposes her desire on the Manjari. So she's a dasi, so she has to do what the master says. You understand? So basically, we're like two Bobs in one. But there's a difference between stairati and attitude. There's stairati because if they're in dasya stairati, they can't experience Radharani's heart. They don't know what it means to have a lover, to feel separated from lover, how much pain Radharani feels. But at that time, they have to ease Radharani's viraha bhav. And if you don't identify with it, you can't relate to it, you can't help her get through it. Radharani, sometimes Radharani can't get out of the house. The Manjari's gone to Radhakund to make arrangements in the kunj for Radha and Krishna to meet. And Radharani can't get out of the house, she's blocked in the house. Radharani starts crying, the Manjari starts crying in Radhakund. It's 30 kilometers away. Radharani can't come. How do you know Radharani? I just feel it. No, she said she's coming. She's coming to Sri Puja like every day. No, but today she went crazy and because Radharani was churning. She was supposed to be churning butter. She put water in the yogurt in the churning pot. She was churning water. And she was said, "What? You're out of your mind? You crazy? You're not going to Sri Puja. Don't do Sri Puja today. Someone else can do it. You're churning water. Why did you churning yogurt into butter? Why are you churning water? You poggle. Go to your room. Lock in your room." So Radharani's crying, "Oh, I can't get out. Oh, Sham. And Manju's crying. Radharani's not coming. Well, you know, I just feel Radharani's heart. She's crying. I have to go down, going back to Yava to see Radharani. So it's like that. Nice question. Oh, I didn't record it. I didn't record it. Who? Anyway, it's there. I didn't turn it on. I get confused. It's blinking means it's not on. I mean, it's blinking means it's paused. Anyway, I'll say it again someday. Another question? Yeah. Yeah, okay, wait a minute. Yeah.
Just from a friend, he asked if I can ask you.
Okay.
So, we should not only see the Guru as Bhagavan, but Shastra also say that Guru is Bhagavan. But also in Raganuga Bhakti, we should see Krishna's Lila as Nara Lila. That means as human as possible. So maybe you can say something about like this, the Guru which we see as a human, we should see him as Bhagavan, and Krishna which we only see as God, we should see him as human.
That's a nice question.
Yeah.
It's actually the opposite, so yeah, maybe we can verify this one.
Krishna's Bhoma Vrindavan Leela. You must be over there in spiritual world also. It's called Nara Leela. Nara means human being, like human type Leela. He cries, he gets angry, he gets fearful, he gets hungry, he gets sleepy. He passes urine in Gopi's house. In Gokul, he goes to Gopi's house to steal butter and yogurt, and the butter is stale, so he says, "What is stale butter?" He pees in the corner, he pinches a baby, sometimes he passes a stool in the house. Well, little baby's only 2 years old, they go here and there everywhere, you know. So the question is, we're supposed to see Krishna's Bhagavan, he's Ishvara Parama Krishna, and we're supposed to see him as Nara Lila, and the Guru, who is a human being like all of us, we're supposed to see a human being, Guru, as God. Sakshat, what is the word? Sakshat Bhagavat. Huh? No, there's a verse from 7th Canto of Bhagavatam. Sakshat Bhagavat. So the Guru is Sakshat Bhagavat. So there's a verse that says the Guru is directly Bhagavan. It's a verse from the Bhagavatam. So the question is, how are we supposed to see this? Person, the Guru is apparently a human being. We're supposed to see him as God. I don't know how to answer that question, to tell you the truth. Because, I discussed this point also with Advaita, to tell you the truth. Not exactly this idea, but the Guru idea. Because we see the Guru, he sleeps, he eats, he gets sick, he gets a toothache, he passes a stool, and he has a heart attack or whatever it is that, stroke. But he's also Bhagavan. So Krishna preserves the human-like feature, displays the human-like feature of the Guru to bewilder the non-devotees. Because the non-devotees say, your Guru is an ordinary person. But the relationship of the Guru disciple, the Guru is his soul, is the savior of his soul. The Guru is the one who's going to liberate this disciple from birth and death. So that's the transcendental power. The Guru is carrying the transcendental power, but he appears like a human being. So Krishna, because if everybody saw the Guru as a transcendental personality, a superstar, and if you associate with this Guru, you get liberated from birth and death, no take more birth. Everybody in the world line up and say, hey, let me be your disciple. But Guru Krishna deliberately covers their eyes with this illusion of the non-devotees, the non-surrendered. Oh, your Guru is ordinary. He's a big nothing. Oh, this guy's stupid. He doesn't know many shlokas, and what is this guy? So they won't surrender. They can find fault with the Guru Because if he's human-like, you can find so many faults with the human. But he's a God. Gods are faultless. Gods don't have any fault. They're faultless. They don't make mistakes. They're gods. That's why they're gods. So those that are fortunate accept the Shastras and try to see Guru as God. There's a famous verse, it's in Skanda Puran. It's quoted in the commentaries about Bhakti Sundara by Satyanarayana Das Babaji Maharaj. It's from Skanda Puran. It's Guru Brahma, Guru Mahesh. You know that verse?
Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Deva Maheshwara.
Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Deva Maheshwara.
Guru Sakshat Parabrahma.
Guru Sakshat Param Brahma.
Tasmai Sri Guru.
Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. It's a famous pranam prayer to Guru, and every Indian knows it. And I remember when I first came to India in '77, we were on a train with some other brahmachari, and some Hindu people, Indian people were traveling on a train with us, and they said, and the guy was speaking, and the person, he said, you know, and he said that prayer, and then the voice said, I'm not Brahma, I'm not Vishnu. He said, what's this? And he said, it's a prayer to Guru, your Guru. So I'm offering this prayer. You know, you're Brahma, you're Vishnu, you're Brahma, you're Vishnu, you're Shiva, you're Para Brahman. Well, it's true. It's true. Because what is Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva? Brahma, it says this prayer from Skanda Puran, it glorifies Guru. It says, you're Vishnu, you're Shiva, you're Brahma, you're Para Brahman. It's true. Because Vishnu, Brahma, Shiva, they represent Triguna. They're lords of the Triguna. They're lords of Tamagun, Rajgun, Sattvagun. And the Guru is transcendental. Mam Chiyo Bicharena, Bhakti Yogena Sevate, Saganan Samatijatan Brahma Bhuya Kalpate. The Guru is doing Abhitrena Bhakti. He's liberated from the modes of nature. So he's already exceeded the influence of Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva. And Parabrahman is Krishna. He's worshipping Krishna. Mamanabha Madbhakto Madhyamaskuru. Mamayashi Satyante Prati Jane Priyostami. The Guru is very dear to Krishna because he's worshipping Krishna day and night. Hearing and chanting, speaking about Krishna. So this is a perfect prayer to Guru. He's Parabrahman because he's worshipping Parabrahman, Sri Krishna, Bhagavan Sri Krishna. Brahmanohi Pratishtaham. 14th chapter, Gita, verse 3, was it?
Last verse.
14th chapter, Brahmanohi Pratishtaham.
Last verse.
Last verse of the 14th chapter.
Excuse me, you're right. The last verse of 14th chapter. Brahmanohi Pratishtaham. Krishna on the source of Brahman. So that devotee was chastising this Indian passenger. I'm not Brahma Vishnu. The guy was insulted. He said, you're Guru. And it's true. I didn't know myself. I was confused myself. I didn't know at that time. Didn't know too much. I was just quiet. They were going at it, you know. But it's true. What's the question? What was the question here?
Guru is...
No, what's the question? Who asked the question?
Yeah.
The question was
Guru
like,
is Bhagavan and...
Guru which appears as human.
Yeah. Guru appears as human. We're supposed to see him as God. Krishna is God. We're supposed to see him as human. No, the way I see it is another way to answer is we always see Krishna as God. Krishna, because in Shastras, Krishna is God described as Swayam Bhagavan. He's Swayam Bhagavan. The whole Sundara proves that Krishna is the absolute personality of God, supreme source of everything else and everyone else. Ham Sarvasya Prabhava. 10th canto, 10th chapter, Gita, verse number 8. Ham Sarvasya Prabhava. On the source of everything. Everything comes from Krishna. So that's the ontological truth. That's the tattva. But in Leela, Krishna's desire, his prema shakti, Leela shakti, he does all these funny things, you know, passing urine, stealing, cheating, lying, and all this stuff. That's Leela. So, well, we have two visions of Krishna. We don't see that Krishna become human. Krishna is not a human. He never becomes human. That's the Bhagavad Gita. Avajanti Mamuda Manasham Tanamashita. Only a fool thinks Krishna has become a human being. The 7th chapter of Gita. What verse number? Avajanti Mamuda Manasham Tanamashita. You need a stick. Teacher has to have a stick to beat a student. Learn the verse numbers. You know the verse, this, that, this, that. So we see we have two visions of both. We have two visions of both. We know the tattva of Krishna. We should know. We have to study the Shastra and know the tattva, know the ontological and spiritual position of Krishna is the absolute truth. Brahma Samhita, Sandarbhas, Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, etc. But in Lila Vichara, Krishna is God. We don't say we see Krishna. We see Krishna as God, and He is God. We also see Krishna as Lila Purushottam, as Gopal, Govinda, Madhav. And the Guru's tattva is he's transcendental, he's gunatit. He's transcendent the modes of nature, he's Bhagavan, Sakshahari. But we also know he has the human side, we don't pay attention. The human side of the Guru, we don't pay attention. We pay attention to his godly side. Because it's godly side of the Guru, the transcendental aspect of the Guru, the divine aspect of the Guru, it's going to liberate us and give us perfection in Bhakti Bhajan. So we don't allow our vision, because we have two eyes. We have two eyes. One eye sees one thing, one eye sees another thing. So one eye we see the material side of the Guru. We put a blindfold on that eye. We don't pay attention to that. And one eye we see the spiritual position of the Guru. So we look like that.
Kudarshan and Sudarshan. Kudarshan and Sudarshan.
Yeah, Kudarshan, Sudarshan. Kudarshan means bad sight, bad the way to look at it. Sudarshan means good. So I say it's another one of those Tashinta Veda Veda Tattva. It's not one, it's not the others. We see both are both. Krishna is a man, he's God, and Guru is man, and he's also God. Thank you, because by your asking that question, I finally got to the right answer. I satisfied myself. I wasn't satisfied with the first answer, but Krishna gave me the right answer, so I'm happy. Thank you for that question. Sita Nachi. Okay. Valentina. Buongiorno.
My question is,
Okay, Bolo. What
what are the Siddhadeas of the conditioned souls doing before receiving Guru Kripa?
Some Siddhadeas before Guru Kripa, what can you say?
What are, for example, what is my Siddhadea doing right now that I don't know anything, but if the Siddhadea is eternal, what is she doing?
Question is asked if every jiva if there's a Siddhadeya of every jiva in the spiritual world like Kuntara Goloka Dham, what is my Siddhadeya doing right now? Until you get a Siddhadeya, you don't have a Siddhadeya. It's not your Siddhadeya, you don't have a Siddhadeya. They're there. It's just like there's cars in a show, new car. There's a car dealer. He has 20 new Ferraris in it. You can't say, "Oh, my car's in the dealer." It's not. Where's your car? No car has your name on it. Until you go in and pay the money, you get your car. You can't say, "What's my car doing?" So until that Siddhadeya is given to you by Krishna or Guru, generally it's from Krishna, you don't have a Siddhadeya. They're there. They're waiting for some jiva. It's not individually designated. It's not your Siddhadeya. They're new car models. There's unlimited Siddhadeyas expanded from Krishna Vishnu for every liberated soul. When we get liberated, you get one.
And that Siddhadeas are...
Like Narada Muni in first canto Bhagavatam, chapter 6. Narada Muni is doing bhajan and he came to the platform of Bhava Bhakti. He had darshan of Chaturbhuj Narayan because he's worshipping Chaturbhuj Narayan. So he had four. And he wanted to see him again. He started to do the same bhajan, but it wasn't by his bhajan he got darshan. It was only by cause of mercy of Vishnu. Vishnu gave him darshan. We can't force darshan. Darshan is given to us. So Narayan said, "I gave you darshan once. I'm not giving it to you again. So stop breaking your head trying to see me again." He was trying to do everything. He was doing so many tapasyas and so many bhajans and chanting mantras. I just saw it because he didn't do anything. Just one day Vishnu showed him his darshan. He was doing his bhajan, but nothing particular to get darshan. So Vishnu said, I'm not showing my darshan again. So you just have to be lament and be anxious to see me again. So he was really anxious. Oh, well, I saw him. He's so beautiful. When I see him. And then he increased his devotion and became to prema. He left his body. When he left his body, Vishnu from the Vaikuntha body picked out his spiritual body for Naramuni and brought it down to him. So the Guru will give you a specific spiritual body, which will be revealed to him by Samasti Guru. Krishna will reveal to the Guru your Siddhadeha. Which one will be yours? Which one will be yours? Not which one is yours. Which one will be yours?
And this Siddhadeha, what is doing now? Is because if will be given to me.
There's very little described in Shastras and commentaries by Acharyas what the spiritual forms are doing in the spiritual world. It's described that they're beautifying the landscape. They're beautifying the landscape of the spiritual world. Like I said earlier, someone has a garden. Like we have this garden. We have a statue of Garuda in this garden. There's a Garuda statue. There's a fountain. So they're supposed to beautify the garden. So somebody will walk by and see some Manjri standing there. It's not described. You can just imagine, but I can't repeat because I haven't read anything description. They're Chit Shakti, they're spiritual Shakti, they're not made of matter, they're not statue, marble breasts, anything. They're made of spiritual energy, made of consciousness, they're made of pure consciousness. They're made of Bhav, they're Bhav Deyas, they're spiritual Bhav Deyas. They have form and everything made of Bhav. And they're there, they're just there, and they're just part of the landscape, part of the environment. They're beautifying, they said beautifying the environment. Is there more, you can say more? Yeah, this is what I heard from, what I heard and read from her guru, Sri Anantas Babaji Maharaj, who's also my Shiksha guru, and from my own guru. There's not much, and I read a lot of Shastra, I haven't read much description. But it's told in Upanishads, many bona fide ancient scriptures talk about spiritual bodies in the spiritual world. It's not made up by Gaudiya Vaishnavas by any means. It's true, it's in some Chandogya Upanishad, many Upanishads, Gopal Talmi Upanishad, many Upanishads describe in the spiritual world as spiritual bodies, individual bodies. Such an Andarupam.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Questions? Yes.
I have a very specific question.
Okay.
I've read your edited Bhavanar Sangra many times. It's my favorite book.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, it's too nice, right? So anyway, there's this one part where it talks about Radha going on Abrashar, and it says that she covered the great distance very quickly as if she was riding an escalator. Now, my request is that there were no escalators 5,000 years ago. So when I was reading it, I had a very nice mood going, and then this word disturbed my mood.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So I was wondering if you could give me a synonym that I could write in there with pencil, and I can read that instead of escalator. For however she traveled the distance very quickly. Because escalator totally disturbed my entire mood reading.
Yeah, I agree with you.
There's no escalators, so then I had a short.
Yeah.
It took me a little while to get back in the mood.
Yes,
the whole rest of the book is wonderful. Just this one word is like poke.
Yeah.
So
every endeavor is covered with some fault.
Yeah. Do you have a synonym for me? For escalator?
Okay, now I'm recording this question.
Okay.
One devotee, I should have recorded, I forgot to turn it on, sorry. One devotee is asking a question. There's a book that was written in 1860 by Siddha Krishnadas Tattapad named Bhavanar Sangra, which is a collection of 40 different scriptures, primarily Govinda Lila Amrita and Krishna Bhavana Amrita and Krishna Kamudi, mostly. It's like 70% Govinda Lila Amrita and 20% Krishna Bhavana Amrita. And it describes the Nitya Lila, Astakala Lila of Radha and Krishna, what they do in the morning and afternoon and evening, everything. And it's one word that describes when Radharani's going out for a love journey, she's leaving Varsana or Yavat
Yeah.
to meet Krishna Vrindavan or Radhakund, wherever. She's going Abhisar. Abhisar, I mean, it's a type of Nayaka Bhav, Abhisar Nayaka. She's going out for a love journey. She's a lover going to meet the beloved. So it's a great distance, but she covered that distance very fast. So I saw this word in some other translation of this book, which I just copied and pasted, and it says she moved so fast from Yavat to Rasastali for Ras dance. It appeared as she was moving on an electric escalator, and that escalator, the word escalator, it's out of sync. It's out of sync. It's out of context. Escalator is just a new thing, an automatic sidewalk. You know, you just stand there and it moves like an airport. You know, you stand there and the sidewalk moves. You don't walk, the floor moves.
Or the stairs that go up.
Yeah, stairs. You know, the automatic stairs, whatever they call it. So there's any synonym for that word. There's no synonym. It shouldn't even be there. It should delete it. I haven't reprinted the book.
I can tell you what I put there for my own sake. I put flying path.
Yeah, well, the thing is,
to satisfy me,
yeah,
but I don't know what it should be.
there's a Tattva described by Acharyas.
Yeah.
The Brajmandal is compared to a lotus flower. A lotus flower.
Yes.
And when a lotus flower, this my hand's the lotus flower, one hand. When the lotus flower is open, the petals are separated.
Yeah.
So this petal, my pinky finger is pretty far away from my thumb finger. But at the night, when the lotus closes, then the pinky finger touches the thumb. So the distances between lilas talis, Nanagram, and Varsangas. Krishna is the same thing. He steps out of his house, and in 1 minute, which he goes 40 kilometers throughout Stali. So that vast distance becomes a few feet by the influence of Yoga Maya and the expanding and contracting nature of the Holy Dham.
I knew this and you remind me now. So I could put, in the book, she covered the vast distance as if riding on a closing lotus.
Yeah, something
That'd
like
be
that.
nice.
As if.
The mood would be nice.
Yeah, no, I agree.
I'm thinking about the mood.
Yeah, that's wrong syntax or the wrong language. You're quite right. Sorry for that mistake.
You gave me a synonym with that. I remember this because I had this experience in Vrindavan once about its long distance being very short.
Yeah, everybody has that experience. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Sometimes I didn't go around Parikama, and I was really sick, and I didn't want to go, and I was by myself. I had a vow to go every day and go around Parikama, and it was Kartik one year. I was walking, I was so hurt in my feet and my belly, everything was sick. I had to do my breath every day. I had to. I said, how am I going to do this? So I just closed my eyes, chanting. All of a sudden, I said, "Oh, we're on Panchari already." Oh, wow! So halfway done. Then I looked again, and I said, "Uddhava Kund." I said, "Uddhava Kund." I was like unconscious most of the way around. I was so much pain. I was like unconscious. I wake up. I started here. I was so painful. I couldn't move. I didn't want to go. And then I wasn't even seeing where I was going. I opened my eyes. I was in Punchar. I was halfway done. I said, "Oh, halfway. How I got here? How I got so fast? I don't know." So then I was walking out. Oh, now I think I had to go all the way here, and I had to go through the town of Govardhan, so noisy and passionate. Oh, then I was just there by the side of Govardhan after Jatipur, and all of a sudden I opened my eyes. Oh, Uddhava Kund. Uddhava Kund is right near Radhakund. Uddhava Kund. I said, "Oh, there." Next thing I closed my eyes, and next thing I saw Radhakund. I said, "Wow, what happened?" I had the experience myself many times like this in Braj. Everyone's probably had if they had that been around. In Vrindavan Mahamrita, there's many verses by Prabhupada Saraswati, he describes Vrindavan as like a mother, Vrindatavi Mata. Vrindatavi Mata. He says the forest of Vrindavan is like a mother. So mother always likes her children to be happy, doesn't like her children to cry, you know. The children cry, mother comes and don't cry, you know. So Vrindavan's like a mother. We cry, then Vrindavan comes and makes us happy. Vrindavan Dham ki jai. Okay, Radha Shyam. Thank you for that question. It's an embarrassing reminder of a big mistake. If I reprint it, I'll change it.
I'm grateful to mistake because now I get to meet you and talk about it.
Okay.
Glad that it was there.
That's your genuinely good qualities. Thank you.
Thank you.
Anything else we can say? Some questions more? Eilina? Eilina? You're still Eilina? Or, no, you have a name, I forgot. What's Achyuta Gopi. Cool name.
Yeah.
Achyuta Gopi. Infallible Gopi. Achyuta means no mistake, no fall down. Achyuta, Achyuta's name for Krishna. Achyuta means Krishna never fails to reciprocate with the love of his devotee. So you're a servant of a gopi whom Krishna will never fail to reciprocate the love of. It's named for Radharani. Achyuta Gopi's name for Radharani. So you're a dasi of that Radharani. Yeah? Achyuta Gopi. Maharaj. Nice to see you in Vrindavan Dham. And Naveen Kishori. Is that right? Naveen Kishori. I always get the wrong name. I gave it a name. Naveen. Ever fresh, ever new. Jai Radhe, Jai Radhe. Jai Radhe, Jai Radhe, Radhe. Okay, Orvolo. You have a question, my dear?
No, I don't. I just came to meet you here.
Huh?
I just came to meet you here.
What'd she say?
We came to meet you.
Right.
I'm Manohar Prabhuji's daughter.
Who's she?
Manohar Prabhuji's daughter.
Your Manohar's daughter.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I see. Yeah, I don't have my glasses. I see it now. Yeah. I'm sorry. I know you. I don't have my glasses. I can't see too much far away. You know, I never wear my glasses. Yeah. What's your name? I forgot your name. Anshika.
Yeah.
Oh, nice name, Anshika. All right. You have any questions, Anshika? No, you're fortunate. You have a beautiful husband, a beautiful father and mother. You're a devotee, so you don't have any problem. You're a happy girl. Okay, stay happy. Don't grow up. Yeah. I wish it won't come true. But hey, how about Ganapati Baba? What's new with Ganapati? Look, you got your notes. You're writing the Vedas down. He's taking dictation. Vyasa is speaking Vedas, and he's taking dictation. He's Ganapati, This guy's his name's Ganapati. So you scribbling or what are you doing?
Writing notes.
Oh, it's some fancy computer pencil or something. That's cool. Guys, no study these days? No question. This gentleman used to ask so many questions. He got married and got initiated, now no more questions. He wasn't married, wasn't initiated. He come every Sunday asking so many questions. Now he's married, initiated. Oh. I'm good now. You got all your answers now. Huh? Okay, good.
I would have some questions, but
No, I'm talking to this guy. I'm sorry. I'm talking to this guy, Panditji, He used to come every Sunday, 10,000 questions. Then he got married, and then he got a kid, and then now he's busy, no question. She does not.
Nobody else has.
No, everyone's sleeping now. It's too hot. You're out there. It's a little fresher out there. It's a little cooler. It's too hot up here. We're all sleeping. Go ahead.
So just how we can be humble in spiritual life, because we hear that this is the essence, and also, for example, for me, I'm a grihasta, so I have my spiritual life and I have my material life. And is there a difference to be humble in spiritual life and in material life? Because the non-devotees, they can be sometimes quite harsh, and if you be there, play the humble, then...
Yeah, nice question. Devotee's asking a question. Humility is the basis, is the foundation of devotion. It's based on humility. Because devotion means love. And the more love one has for Krishna, the more humility he or she displays. Humility is a byproduct of prema, of love. Because if you have love, you get knowledge from Krishna. And when you get knowledge from Krishna, then you understand the reality of your actual finite position, how finite we are. Tesham sadatayuktanam bhajatam priti purvakam dadami buddhiyogam tam yena mamavyanti te. When one does priti bhajan, when one worships Krishna with love, Krishna gives intelligence to understand reality. What is the reality of who are we? We're nobody, we're small, we're insignificant. We're just a particle of consciousness. So we can't be proud. Knowledge makes us humble. Transcendental knowledge makes us transcendently humble. And the more knowledge we have, Einstein was considered a brilliant guy. And one time he made a comment, he said, "What is my knowledge? I simply walked along the beach, I picked up a few grains from the ocean of knowledge." So he was a very intelligent man, but he felt himself to be, didn't know anything. So humility comes from knowledge and love. Because when you get to know Krishna, you get to love him more, you realize how great he is, how amazing he is, and how amazing all his devotees are, and how advanced they are in love and devotion and surrender and submission, and how special they are in pleasing Krishna. And where are we compared to them? And we're nowhere, so we have to be humble. So Prabhupada was asked the same question. He said, "Be a lion in the chase and be a lamb at home." Because the question was asked a little different than what you're saying. He said, "Prabhupada, when we go to the airport, we sell your books in the LA airport." I also worked in the LA airport. We have to be like lions, we can't be humble, we have to be pushy, we have to be pushed, we have to be commanding and control the situation. Really, book distributors are very pushy people. Very, like, take this book, this, that, it's a fight, because people don't want to get out of here, go to hell, get lost, get a job, don't go back to India where you belong. I remember I was an American guy distributing in an American airport. They see the book, Hare Krishna, go back to India where you belong. I said, "I like you, can you buy me a ticket?" He said, "How much?" He said, 40,000. He said, "It was cheaper, I'd buy you one, but it's too much." Just to get you out of here. So the way he said, we come home and we're all jacked up about being in the airport and being really aggressive and really demanding and pushy and to sell the books and bring the money home. Then when we get back, we continue that same move with the devotees. So we make offenses because we start pushing devotees around, lording over devotees, and treating devotees like another guy at the airport. So it's a problem, how we solve it. He said, "Be like a lion in the chase and a lamb at home." So when you come back to the temple, you have to adopt a whole new identity. Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, You had to be like, Clark Kent and Superman. Newspaper reporter and Superman. So in the airport, you're Superman. And you come back to the temple, that's so sweet, that's so sweet. I was like that myself. So I was a big distributor, I was very successful. I was a tiger out there. I was a little guy, I didn't let anybody go. I did mostly businessmen and couples. I tackled those guys and just bewildered them. I knew I don't speak so well now, but I was a good speaker and I could outsmart all those guys. So it's a challenge, When you come home, because, I studied a lot, and I realized these devotees were special, I had to be nice. So you can be many things, you're an intelligent person, you can be angry when it needs to be angry, you can be passionate when you need to be passionate. It's a matter of controlling your senses and controlling your attitude. In your business, you go for it. You're like a tiger, just rip them apart. I always say, never do business with devotees. You do business with non-devotees, rip them apart. Make your money and run, or whatever. But you should try to leave with a nice taste. Try to do things nicely. But business means cheating. Business means cheating, means lying, all these things. So you have to cheat and lie, otherwise you can't be successful. That's part of the game, you cheat and lie. So then you do bhakti and you overcome all your sins of cheating and lying, and you go on, It's just part of life. Grihastha means you get implicated in so many kinds of sins, they all get washed away by bhakti bhajan. Read one chapter of Gita, all your sins get washed away. It's just like that. Transcendental knowledge destroys all sins. The Bhagavad Gita describes it as hundreds of verses. The power of transcendental knowledge is like a fire to burn all the seeds of sin. So every day I was in Berkeley and going to San Francisco, where I was bathing and dressing Radha and Krishna, Radha Gokulananda, the same deities in Mayapur, the Utsav deities in Mayapur, Radha, same guy made the deities there in Boston also. Radha Gopi Janavalabha in Boston, Radha Gokulananda in Berkeley, same year, 1969-70. So every day I was bathing and dressing, really sattvic, really pure, really transcendental. Then I put on my karmic clothes, go to the airport, and watch out. It's different story at the airport. Come home, take a bath, go to the evening arati, and then take them off or something. It's like a nod, no problem. So you just turn on, and turn off, that's all. Okay? Business means, like Prabhupada said, do two things in life, make money or do bhakti. If you're going to do bhakti, do it with enthusiasm and do it with all your energy. You're going to when it's time to make money, then you do it with all your enthusiasm, make money, make as much money as you can. Then close that chapter and open your Bhagavatam and Mala, This is the expertise of Grihastha life. You have to master that. That's my business, it's my love. But don't treat your wife like a business partner. Like a client or a business partner. Your wife is your life partner. She's your beloved. She's your queen. She's your queen. She's your Rani. She's your everything. Wife should be worshipped by the husband. That's a fact. Women are worshipable.
Yes.
Women are worshipable. Kali Yuga is a different situation, but this is traditional culture. Women were worshipable.
Maharaj, when you constantly...
What are you saying? Talking out of turn, overruled. Raise your hand, my dear. Yes.
When you're constantly engaging with the business, like how you answered the previous question, business is business and personal life is personal life.
No, for you, there's no personal either. Business and bhakti, B&B.
Business and bhakti. So, but
Like rhythm and blues, R&B, rhythm and blues. B&B, business and bhakti. For me, it's B&B, bhakti and bhakti.
so
I don't have any business.
So when you are
Bhakti is my business. What do you say?
when you are associating with those qualities, won't they overtake your heart so that
Why?
you cannot?
You want to become a karmi? Then don't. You accept it, it overcomes. If you don't accept something, it doesn't overcome you. It's a matter of acceptance. Be in the world and be in the water and don't get wet. How you do that? You wear a wetsuit. Like a surfer wears a rubber suit, doesn't get wet, skin's dry. You do business, no problem. Just take a shower, Hare Krishna, all the contamination gone. Take a shower, come on, take a shower, put on tilak, read Bhagavatam, have a kirtan for 5-10 minutes, then you're in bliss and forget that. The next day, do the thing again. It's life. Everybody has to work, you know. It's part of seva. Work is also seva. Brushing our teeth is also seva. Cooking, sleeping is also seva. It's all seva. There's no work for doing. Everything's seva and lilas. Seva. It's seva. We don't do work, we do seva. We're making money to live, so I don't live, I can't do seva, so I'm working at seva. This point is brought out by Jiva Goswami. Everything is doing our seva. What we do, because everything we're doing with our consciousness is Krishna consciousness. We're conscious of Krishna. So everything we touch is touched by our consciousness. Consciousness is all pervading with the devotee. Consciousness is sarvagata. So consciousness in our mind, consciousness in our heart, soul, eyes, ears, everywhere. So everything we're connecting with consciousness. Everyone connects with us, they contact our consciousness. That's why we have prabhav, we have influence because our consciousness, the more deep and powerful and pure our consciousness is, the more extensive our prabhav is, the more extensive our influence is. Some people sit in one place and their power is so great it extends all over the world, their consciousness. Some big gurus, influential people. And so your consciousness, the work is nothing, it's just like dust. It's like dandruff on your collar, just blow it off, you know. There's nothing. Don't accept it. I'm doing this because this is my save. I have to make money, pay my rent, buy my clothes, and pay my gas in the car. It's not me. It's not me. It's the karma I have to do to maintain my existence. Everyone has to work to live. That's the verse in Gita, 3rd chapter, 26. What is it? Utsidi or Imam. Guys are rusty. Too hot, your brain short circuit. Gotta keep your brain AC. Nakriyam. Yeah, Krishna says if I didn't work, everybody'd quit like me and we all fall apart. Everything will fall apart if I stop working. So we have to work, we do our work, everyone has their work to do. But we don't do work at seva. I wrote an article, I wrote some articles about this. We're doing workers' seva. We're doing seva. What are we doing is not seva. If you're Krishna conscious, everything you're doing is seva. If you're not Krishna conscious, everything is maya. It's karma. And you get reaction. There's reaction to karma. There's no reaction to seva. Seva is non-reaction. It's called akarma. Akarma means no karma. There's vikarma, karma, and akarma. It's described in Gita. Vikarma is sinful activity, and karma is guided by the Shastras. Karma activity, varna karma, ashram karma. But we're doing seva. Seva is akarma, not karma. I don't have any karma. I don't have any karma. Where's the karma? Because consciousness purifies everything. Hiranyakashipu offered Prahlad a cup of orange juice. It was full of strychnine, poison, could kill 1,000 men. And he took the strychnine, orange juice. He said, "Hey Bhagavan, hey Vishnu, hey Sri Vishnu, Sri Vishnu." His consciousness transformed the poison into the vish became amrit. Vish means poison, amrit means nectar. So it's a glass of orange poison. Orange juice is all full of poison, strychnine, to kill him in a second. But your consciousness transforms material into spiritual. Consciousness. That's the power of Krishna consciousness. Look at Prabhupada. Prabhupada took the lowest, most fallen people and turned them into angels. That's power, purity.
After hippie into happies.
Very nice. He took the hippies and made them happy. He took the hapless and made them happy. There's the English word hapless. They're hapless. Hapless. It's not hopeless, hapless. Anyway, that works better. Hippies and happies. I wasn't a hippie, but I became happy by bhakti. I was going to college. I wasn't a hippie. You were a hippie? No. Bhakti wasn't a hippie. She was studying medicine. She wasn't wasting her time goofing off. No. So what's going on there? What's going on? There's crazy talk. Here, listen, your wife's asking a question. Yes. Lalita G.
We know that bhakti motivated for mukti is a lower level of bhakti, and Mahaprabhu rejects it in CC, but we all seek for Siddha, and it's the highest if we can always meditate and be in our Siddha. So can we say it's kind of also a mukti to get our Siddha, and then if so, can we say that we reject mukti?
That's a good question.
I can't hear so well. Can you please amplify that for me? I'm sorry. You speak English is good. I just can't hear very well.
Aspiring for Siddha is not the same as mukti.
She asked that we Vaishnavas in general reject mukti, but if to get our Siddha Deha or to be in our Siddha Deha in meditation is also kind of mukti. Can we see it like that?
What's the question?
Devotees reject mukti.
Okay, I got it. Devotees asking question. Lord Chaitanya himself, the whole Indian dharmic concept is based on four things: dharma, art, kama, moksha. And not whether karma yogi or ashtanga yogi or bhakti yogi, everyone's aiming at these things. There's four kinds of Vaishnava mukti and one kind of Advaita mukti. Advaitin has Kaivalya mukti, Brahma Sayuja mukti. And the other four types of mukti are Vaishnava mukti, you go to Vaikuntha. Samipya mukti, live near Vishnu. Sharshti mukti, to live in Vaikuntha, have a big golden palace, and live in a big golden palace, have a golden chariot like Vishnu. Another is Samipya. Saloki, live on the same planet as Vishnu. Sarupya, have a four-arm form like Vishnu. So these types of Vaikuntha muktis we don't want. But we so what is we say we reject mukti, but yet we meditate on Siddha, which is a transcendental body in the spiritual world, which we hope to see at the level of Baba Bhakti and attain it directly at the level of prema. So on one level we're rejecting mukti, but at another level we're trying to attain a liberated state, live in our Siddha and serve Radha Krishna. So how does that go? So mukti means to leave this planet and go to Goloka and go to the spiritual world. So we don't care if we take another body. We don't care if we take another birth. What we care, we want to be in a Siddha for seva. We don't want anything for ourselves. Siddha is a body of seva. The Siddha is a body of seva. Praying seva Radharani. So all we're aspiring for is praying seva Radharani. And to serve Radharani we need a Siddha. Has diametrically nothing to do at all with mukti at all. It's all about seva. It's all about love and seva. And we need a spiritual body to serve and love. So the Guru gives us that, or we get it by dream or by harinam or whatever. And we serve in that body. And whether we take another body, we take another birth, we'll get the Siddha Deha again, we'll realize it, and we'll do seva there. Or we go to the spiritual world, we're good with that. All we want to do is, we want praying. We want praying seva Radharani. So it has nothing to do with mukti. Is that clear? We don't, mukti, we offer respects to mukti. Mukuli, it says in Krishna Karamrita, Bilva Mangala Thakur, it says Mukti Swam Mukuli Tanjali Sevate Sma. If Mukti Devi comes before me, if Mukti Devi appears before me, it says, I'll offer you Mukti, I'll offer you Swarga Mukti, Sharshi Mukti, Vaikuntha Mukti. I fold my hands, Mukuli Anjali. Anjali means fold hands. I fold my hands before Mukti Devi and say no thanks. It says Mukti Devi stands behind the devotee waiting to serve him. This Krishna Karamrita by Vilmala Thakur. Mukti Swam, personification Mukti Devi. She comes to the devotee, how may I serve you? I'll take a walk. What's my service? Walk, go away, get out of here. Take a walk. So she approaches the Mukti, comes to the devotee. And Krishna and the devotee says, no thanks, I'm busy serving Radharani. I don't have time for Mukti.
So we cannot say that achieving Manjari body is kind of a mukti from the material world?
Anything's better than what we got, I'll tell you that. Can we say that changing a Manjari body is a mukti from the material world? You can say that if you want, but there's no need to say that, no value in saying that. You're trying to squeeze that word mukti in there somehow. By this way, that way, you're trying to get this mukti in there. I understand the clever operation of your brain, my dear. But you're very clever, and I appreciate your intelligence. But just let go. Let go of mukti. You're attached to mukti. You're going back home, back to Godhead. Going back home, back home to Godhead. Going back home. This guy's in LA made a song about that. You know, it's good beat, good song. Okay, great. But just get drum in your head. I don't care if I take another birth, as long as I'm a devotee. Kita Janmahal. Bhaktivinoda Thakur said, Kita Janmahal. Kita means insect. Janma means birth. If I'm born an insect, I don't matter. As long as I'm born an insect in a devotee's house. If I live in Dowji's house, there's always going to be so much Mahaprasad spilling on the floor. I'll go there and eat all the Mahaprasad. I'll get brave, I'll get liberated by eating that Mahaprasad. He makes sure he gets Nachi Mahaprasad, Jagannath Mahaprasad, Bungi Vihari Mahaprasad, he gets all goes to Dowji Maharaj, He gets all the best Nachi, all the best stuff over there. So if I'm born an insect in his house, I get good stuff, So don't even think Mukti's like a witch, Bhukti Mukti Siddhi Kama Sakalaya Shanta. Krishna Bhakta Ateva Krishna Nishkama Ateva Shanta. There's worse than Chaitanya Charitamrita. Bhukti Mukti Pishacha. That Bhukti, sense enjoyment, Mukti, liberation is a witch just eats your life, it takes your life out of you. Because of desire. How's it go? How's the verse?
Bhukti Mukti Siddhakami Siddhakami Sakala Shanti.
Yeah. Bhukti Mukti Siddhakami Sakala Ashanta. Anybody has a desire for mukti or sense enjoyment, they're ashanta, they're not peaceful. But Krishna Bhakta Naishkama, Krishna Bhakta is Naishkama, Ateva Shanti. He's peaceful. So throw that witch of mukti out of your brain, my dear. But say no to witches, Don't let witches ride in your brain.
But for example, Raghunath Goswami, in a lot of his Manjari, he's also lamenting and he's eager to become a Manjari. So he's like really unpeaceful. He wants to be a Manjari that he can serve. So he's like craving for it.
Yeah, it's good. You and I should also crave and hanker to get him our Manjari group to serve. You're reinforcing what I'm telling you. But everything you just said, that's nothing to do with mukti. It's about service. Service is eternal. Service is eternal life. Jivara Swarupaya Krishna Nityadas. Seva is Nitya, Jiva is Nitya, Krishna Nitya. Thank you for your question. You have two smart people there. Your husband and wife are both smart. Very nice. You're a good combination. I hope you stay together. Best of luck. It's hard to be married, but fight it out. I pray you stay married and be happy. Some other question? You're a smart man.
I have so many questions that I cannot ask.
Ask one.
Oh, if you have so much and you cannot.
Just pull one out of your hat. Pull one out. You got a big hat. Pull one out.
He's smart, but he's also shy. So this
Oh,
dilemma there.
that's why he's shy, because he's smart. You are a very intelligent person. I know you. So I'd like to hear a question from you. I won't look at you. Some of you get nervous if you look at me. I won't look at you. Ask the question. Radhe Jai Jai Shri Radhe, Jai Jai Shri Radhe, Jai Jai Shri Radhe. Come on, man. Let's roll on here. You have a question, or you just doing some hustle? Okay.
Exactly Bhava Deha? Is it the Bhava of Guru comes to the disciple and he gets the Deha? Exactly what is Bhava Deha?
What is Bhav Deha? The question's asked, what is Bhav Deha? Bhav Deha is Govi Bhav Deha.
So it's consciousness, it comes.
Siddhadeha is made of consciousness. That's obvious. The opposite is consciousness, but has the idea of Bhav. Because when he describes Radharani, he says Mahabhav Srupini Radharani. Radharani's body is made of Mahabhav. And Prema Bhojamarkandakya. Raghunath Das Goswami wrote a poem in Sanskrit, which is in Bengali in the Chaitanya Charitamrita version of it, describing Radharani's Mahabhav. Her hairs are covered anger, her hairs are man, her body describes all different emotions and different feelings. It's something inconceivable, transcendental. We can't figure it out. Just accept that the body is transcendental, it's spiritual, it's eternal, and it's made of love. Just like you have a body, and you go to heavenly planets, and they have a body made of man. We have a body made of earth and water. But you go to heavenly planets, the body's made of mind. You go to Tapaloka, the body's made of buddhi. You go to Satyaloka, the body's made of ahankara. So the body's made of very different elements. Rock is also a living entity, but it's very covered consciousness. So different types of bodies. There's something we can't figure out what is a Bhav body. In Krishna book, Prabhupada talks about Bhav Deha. When Krishna went to Kuragat, Krishna Balaram went to Kuragat, Krishna Balaram, the Sankarshan and Vasudeva expansions went out to Mathura and Dwarka, and Krishna's Bhav Deha stayed in Vrindavan. This is in Krishna book, Prabhupada, 10th canto, Krishna's Bhav Deha. But Bhav Deha means, praying, body of praying, body of Bhav. So what is that? When you get it, you'll know what it is. It's like that. It's a body made of love. There's a song by one Padakarta. It's a song, it's Chanidas, famous Chanidas. He says, and it's all about praying. He says, I live in a town made of prem. I live in a town made of prem. I live in a body made of prem. And all my friends are made of prem. It's really cool, bhajan. It's in Brajbuli. He wrote in Brajbuli. I don't know, some kind of language, like Sanskrit and Bengali or something. I live in a town. When will I live in a town made of prem? I'll live in a body made of prem. All my neighbors will be made of prem. I'll live in a house made of prem, and the streets will be made of prem. All our talks will be prem. Prem Dham Vrindavan Ki Jai. So it's really broad thinking bhajan, famous Chandidas. If you can figure it out on your brain and put it in your hand, then it's not spiritual. It always has to be bigger than you, bigger than us. Brahma, chapter 14, 10th canto, Brahma Stuti is there. Gyane Priyasam, Gyane, oh yeah, it's like the Brahma Stuti. Gyane Vasinamate, whatever. He said, with our limited intelligence, we can't figure out Krishna. Best we just surrender to Krishna.
Sridhar Maharaj says, hatefully give up all intellectual attempts to understand him.
Yeah, he's great language.
Substitute bhakti for knowledge for bhakti. Forget about knowledge and...
Yeah, that's the teaching of Brahma and poetic expression of Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Goswami. V.R. Sridhar. Annihilate all intellectual understanding. Because no one's smarter than Brahma. Our Brahma has 4 heads. Some Brahmas have 8 heads, 16 heads, 32 heads, 1 lakh of heads. 2 lakhs heads. And with all those 2 lakhs of computers, he couldn't figure out Krishna. Krishna's walking the footpath. His left hand, there's a ball of yogurt rice, and between his fingers there's pickles. There's pickles, lemon pickle, mango pickle, like this. And Krishna's walking along, eating with his right hand, eating from his left hand. The Brahma said, what is a dirty kid? A dirty kid eating with his left hand food, right hand. He's Bhagavan, he's God, what is this? So he couldn't figure it out with all his heads, no? Surrender. I surrender. I don't know, I'm a fool, I don't know anything. Lord Chaitanya, Ishwar Puri gave him Ishwar Puri gave him Gopal mantra, 8-syllable Krishna mantra. And he went to Benares, he was chanting Gopal mantra, and he met Prakashananda Saraswati, a famous Advaitin sannyasi. He said, you're sentimental, what kind of sannyasi? You're chanting, dancing in the street with rickshaw and crying and making all the Sadhvik Vikar exhibition. What is this? You should study Vedanta Sutra and meditate. Tattvamasi, Sarvakamandam, Brahma, Jamadyasyata, and all this. You should meditate on the Vedanta Sutra. You're acting crazy, man. And Lord Chaitanya Prabhu said, I'm sorry, Guru Maharaj, I'm sorry, Prakashananda Saraswati. My Guru Ishwar Puri said I'm a fool. I said I'm a fool. He gave me this mantra, he gave me this Krishna mantra. It made me crazy. You know, Gopal mantra, but not Maha mantra, Gopal mantra. He said, it gave me Krishna mantra, made me crazy. So all I can do now is just chant and dance in the street with everybody. Please forgive me. Mantra made me crazy. That's good, be crazy. Chant Gopal mantra and go crazy. What's that? I want that question. Anyway, turn it off and figure it out later. I have to make a title for it later. Yeah, the last question is, I'm tired, I can't speak anymore. What time is it? It must be late.
5:37.
5:37, 2.5 hours to stroke. Overtime. Any more questions? Babaji asked a question, and Yash, you asked a question, Yash asked a question, Daji asked a question, Mahar, a question. Maharaj, Atmaram, Ganapati, you asked a question. Everybody wants to. You wouldn't ask a question, a Ruski question? She can you know Russian, yeah? She knows perfect English and Russian. She can translate for you.
She also had question.
What's up? Who's going to go first? She says you have a question. You say you have. Well, somebody ask. Oh, come on.
Maharaj, you say you have no more energy to speak, and out of concern for you, I suggest that we end this session.
Overruled. With all respect.
Okay, one more question.
He's tired, he wants to go. It's okay. One more question. Come on, Eileen. You're one of my old students. You went away, you flew away, but you came back. It's nice to see you. But ask a question. Speak Japanese. I'll answer your question. I won't insult you. I won't leave any bad feelings.
She wants to ask about Ananga Manjari. Yes? Yes.
Okay.
Ask.
What do you want to ask? Dasi, she wants to hear about Ananga Manjari. What you want to talk about Ananga Manjari?
Well, there's nothing mentioned about Ananga Manjari in the main body of the teachings of Gauranga Mahaprabhu Bharavani, which is our main line of Brahman. There is Ananga Manjari Samputika by Ramai Thakur, Ramai Ramachandra Goswami, who was the adopted son of Janavama, and do you need to translate or do you understand?
She knows English perfectly.
Who was the most intimate associate of Janavama, who is an Ananga Manjari in the spiritual world. However, the question is what we accept as Praman, as a valid Praman, in order to increase our knowledge.
I agree with what you said. Ananga Manjari Samputika is questionable Shastra. Ananga Manjari is described by Rupa Goswami in a book called Radha Krishna Ganadash Deepika. Radha Krishna Ganadash Deepika is by Rupa Goswami. It's in English, several translations. We have Gaura Ganadash Deepika, we have Radha Krishna Ganadash Deepika. It's a light on the eternal associates of Radha and Krishna. So in there, he describes, it says, Ananga Manjari is a Varishta Sakhi. She's not a Manjari. Her name is Manjari. She's not a Manjari. She's a Sakhi. First he describes the Paramapresha Sakhis, and then he describes the Varishta Sakhis. Her category of Ananga Manjari, she's a Sakhi. She's not a Manjari. She's not like Rupa Manjari. She has a name Manjari, that's why it's confusing, but she's not a Manjari. Not a Manjari by definition, by age, by behavior, or by mood. She doesn't have Manjari Bhav. Her Bhav, she's a younger sister of Radharani, and she has the same loving mood of Radharani towards Krishna. Krishna enjoys with Ananga Manjari like he enjoys with Radharani. He has intimate vilas, all Sakhis like that. He has intimate amorous exchange with Ananga Manjari. Ananga Manjari's kunj is in the middle, it's told in Govinda Amrita. Ananga Manjari's kunj is an island in the middle of Radhakund. Radhakund is an island that is connected by a crystal bridge from Jaramata's Baitak, who's Ananga Manjari. There's a crystal bridge that goes out to the island, and that's where there's a kunj, there are many kunjas and many beautiful statues and whatnot. And that's where Ananga Manjari takes Krishna to enjoy. Ananga Manjari has her own manjaris to help her also, because she's a Sakhi, so she has manjaris. She has manjaris with her. So they'll go out there and they serve Krishna intimately in the kunja. In the flower bed with Ananga Manjari and Krishna. Radharani doesn't go there. She's in Radhakund in her own kunjas, Lita's kunj, Vishaka's kunj. So that's what we hear from Rupa Goswami and Govinda Amrita. So we don't know much about Ananga Manjari. Indra got this book, Ananga Manjari Samputika. It was first translated by Advaita Das in English. He later stopped circulating it because it has some Abhasiddhantas in there. Talks about Balaram and Radharani, some things is...
Radha Krishna Balaram Eka Vastu Tinanam. So Radha Krishna Balaram are the same, they're not different, only their names are different. This is one line from...
Yeah, the way to Das, she pointed out several things that aren't in agreement with the Goswami book, so you had to reject it on that basis. So Indra had that because he was very excited about Ananga Manjari. And then he got it translated 2 different times, one by Bhumipati in English, and one by Prabhupada Saraswati, Indian guy, Indian guy who's in the temple. He's sannyasi now. He had 3 translations of it, because he was basing his whole outlook and philosophy on Ananga Manjari as if she's a Manjari, and so he was modeling his own bhav after Ananga Manjari. Because Ananga Manjari has vilas. There's example. He wrongly said Ananga Manjari is an example of a Manjari that has intimate exchanges with Krishna. So therefore, Manjaris have intimate exchange with Krishna. And that was the aspiration of Indra Das. He wanted to be a Manjari like Ananga Manjari and have intimate exchanges with Krishna, amorous exchanges, like Radharani and Lalita Vishaka. And it's told in his book, Hara Book Distribution. It's there in black and white. His aspirations, the section he talks about Lila, he's entered Lila. I get in the flower bed of Ananga Manjari, and it's all made up thing he cooked up in his brain. So, because Indra was so influential, he got a lot of people confused about Ananga Manjari, about her identity or role. So that's why a lot of people in ISKCON especially ask questions about Ananga Manjari because of Indra's emphasis on it. He worshipped a Murti with Ananga Manjari. Ananga Manjari was his everything. I know very much. I knew Indra during. I saw that transition. That book, he had these ideas on his own, but they weren't supported by any Shastra. The Manjaris enjoy with Krishna intimately. He couldn't find any Shastric support for that.
No, absolutely not. Rupa Goswami, Rupa and Nilamani, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, in his commentary.
Rupa Nilamani and everywhere it's taught.
Nilamani, Govinda Lilamrita, Krishna Bhavanamrita, Krishna Mayamamrita. The main thing, Manjaris don't have intimate relationship with Krishna. So this is very unfavorable.
Indra missed the point because he thought he innocently, because he wasn't guided, but he didn't have gurus. He had his own ideas and bhav. They're very good, but we didn't have anyone to check and balance his ideas. I used to discuss with him. I said you should be a Nimbark Sampradaya. You're a Sakhi Bhav. You're not Manjari Bhav. No, what Manjaris enjoy. I know very much about his philosophy. But it's his philosophy. It's not the Gaudiya's philosophy, because he's so influential and has so much prabhav. He misled a lot of people. A lot of people are very confused because of Indra's book and its teachings.
Thank you for clarifying.
Hello.
Wait, I'm not done yet.
Okay.
I see your hand and I'm blind.
Thank you.
Don't mind. But so Indra got a DD, and because this was a clincher. He was groping for philosophy. He didn't have any time to support his philosophy. When this book came out, that's why I got it translated 3 times. It became his Bible. I know I was right there. That's why I can tell everything. I can tell as I saw. He's like, you just got to translate a new translation. This that. I said it's not the word of Goswami's book. You should go to Nimbark Sampradaya. You're in Sakhi Bhav. You're not Manjari Bhav. No, but Manjari, he has his own ideas. That's Indra. Indra was very individualistic. Very creative, very artistic, very talented, and very great kirtan leader. Best, and innovative and talented. But some things in Tattva philosophy wasn't clear. It suited his ideas, and so he ran with it. We all respect him, because he chanted the holy name. He died in Vrindavan. He went to Krishna, no doubt, but he left a trail of confusion behind him. I met many people that are trying to figure out what he said, and really confused people, because he was confused. So if you're a teacher, you shouldn't be confused. It's a touchy subject because everybody has a soft spot in heart for Indra. I have a lot of love and attachment and gratitude for Indra. I also do. But you have to also have some vivek and some intelligent discrimination based on knowledge and other studies and teachings and blessings of Guru. I've been under direct guidance of Gurus, not my own mind. The difference is be under your mind. You have a powerful creative mind and create a lot of interesting things. There's no support to stand on except this book by Ramchandra Gosai, which is full of Apasiddhanta. So where do you base your whole presentation of bhajan and philosophy on a book that's not accepted by anybody, any scholar, Srivas Goswami, anybody go to your scholar, they won't accept the book as valid praman, and then what are you going to create? You're going to create a mess.
Such an animal, but definitely doesn't accept. Oh, thank you. That's very something I didn't know.
Yeah, I was very good friends with him. I moved here in 2002. I was here in 2 years. I lived in Gurukul. Every night I met with him. 87, 89. 89 I went to Radha Damodar, stayed in Radha Damodar, 89, 92. And I was staying here and there. In 2002 I moved here, so I didn't see him much after that. He left in 2010. I think about 2010. So 8 or 10 years I didn't see him. I was living here in Radhakund. When I was here when he got into this Nangamandri thing. He started writing his book then too. He was reading from it. I would have a lot of arguments with him. I said, "You don't have a leg to stand on. You're on. We have an expression in America. You're skating on thin ice. You go ice. There's a lake and the lake freezes, and you put ice skates on. You know ice skates. You can skate on like shoes with blades on the bottom. You ice skate, and if it's thin." You skate, you go boom in the cold water. So we have an expression, you're skating on, I used to say, because we're both Americans, so we can cut each other apart, I said, you're the whole time you're skating on thin ice. You're going to fall in the water, man. You had a question.
Yeah, because of her title, Nanga Manjari, right? Because Manjaris are usually young, but Manjari means bud, right? And
it's just a name, has nothing to do.
It refers to their breasts, right? So most of the time they're young, right? Is that why Manjari refers to them having small breasts? Could Shananga just have small breasts?
Different acharyas describe that part of the manjaris in different ways. Okay. Not only small, but full size or whatever. Because there's a verse in Padma Puran, which is quoted in Sarda Darshini by Vishnu Acharya. It says sometimes some mature people they mature at a rate 1/2 times ordinary age. It's like some exalted people. There's some guy who's like 10 years old and has a mustache. Yeah. Most guys aren't until 14, 15. So some exalted person, some people by karma, they're mature 1/2 times more normal. So Nangamandri is 1 day younger or 1 year younger. Radharani's 14 years, 2 months, 15 days. So Nangamandri is about the same age, 13. She's 1 year younger, whatever.
Yeah, very close.
Very close. And so she's 13, 13 plus 6 means 19. So a 19-year-old girl is a woman. And she's got everything going on, what she's doing, what she's going to do. So that's the answer to that. But Mandri it just means bud. It's an analogy. She's not a fully flowering person. That's the idea. But she can be also, because some Sri Krishna and other people they describe Mandri as fully developed. They're 12, 13 years old. So some girls 12, 13, they're all decked out. They're all they grow fast growers. Well, it's just the body. Where are we? What was the question? Something about Nangamandri. Yeah, your question about Nangamandri. Okay, we're getting a question from your wife. Check it out. Wait a second here. Okay.
I will try ask myself.
You have common, you know 5 languages. What's English, another language? Big deal. Go, just speak English. Don't think about it. Just speak.
All kundas of gopis around Radha Kund, here like Lalita Kundazaya, or you told here Vishaka Kunja. This means Vishaka Kunja like your heart or this place?
There are many kunjas around Radhakund. Is this Vishaka Kunj by place or is this
Vishaka's Kunj is in the northeast section. North section is Lita Sakhi's Kunj. The northeast section is Vishaka Sakhi. So I asked the Waitadas once, where's the geographical location of these kunjas? He said, Lita's Kunj goes from Govidas Mandir, like where Nadadas Babaji's lecture hall is in Kutir. From there up until the Rastmandala Govindaji temple, you can say that's Lita's Kunj. And from the Rastmandala Govindaji temple up further, that's Vishaka's Kunj. So Vishaka's Kunj is by Govindaji's temple. Govindaji's temple. I'm in the south, this is the southeast, like Chambakalata, whatever. But I'm calling this Vishaka's Kunj because she's my Uteshwari. And my Advaita Parivar Uteshwari Vishaka and our Mukhya Mantri is Rati Mantri, Tulsi Mantri, Das Goswami. And Vishaka Sakhi's Kunj is typified by 4 huge champak trees. One in the north, one in the south, and we have 4 champak trees. We have more, but we have one in the north, we have one in the east, one in the south. We have 4 more champak trees here. And Vishaka's Kunj, you read the description, go into the it's very simple. The Lita's Kunj is very elaborate. It has a 3-story palace inside with 64 rooms in it, and it's really elaborate. And you read Vishaka's Kunj, it's very natural, just like a forest Kunj. There's some sculpture in the middle. In the middle there's some carved lotus or something. Otherwise just kunjas and very natural. So this is very natural, it's not some palace inside here. So this is Uripan, this Kunj is Uripan for me to be a Vishaka's Kunj. Uripan means a stimulant, excites my memory of Vishaka's Kunj. Vishaka Sakhi Ki Jai. Okay, I think that's it.
Vishaka is a nice place to end.
Yeah, nice place to end, yeah. Nice place to begin also.
Yes. But you're a little biased, that's good.
Yeah, I'm not.